Come in here and help me look.
It's not on my desk. I'm sure that I left it in here.
Well, I can't find it, and I need it right now.
Look, why don't you go over there and sit down and let me look for it? Really, I'm pretty good at finding things.
All right. That's not the way to look. This is the way to look. You look through that, and I'll look through this. You look through the wastebasket.
I always get the glamour job. When did you last see it?
See what?
Whatever it is we're looking for. If it's gum, I just found it.
It's the Eric Matthews interview.
Now, who's Eric Matthews?
He's the guy who wrote that bestseller, Are Men Obsolete? Ted's got to take an interview with him for the Scrutiny show.
Yeah, scrutiny. Our spontaneous and unrehearsed look at people who make the news. And if we don't find that script, Ted's got to go in there spontaneous and unrehearsed.
That's bad.
Mr. Grant's office.
I'm not here.
He's not. He heard you say you're not here.
Who is it?
It's Ted.
Where is he?
Ted, where are you? You're supposed to be here taping the Eric Matthews. What did you say?
What'd he say?
Got a foo on a four.
Got a fool on a four.
That sounds like Ted.
Ted, I can't understand you. Ted, do you have something in your mouth? A thermometer? A thermometer. You've got the flu and a temperature of 104. Oh, Ted.
Just tell him to stay in bed and take it easy.
Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Ted, you are just to stay in bed and not to worry. We'll find a replacement for you. Goodbye, Ted. What are we going to do about the 6 o'clock news tonight?
Don't worry. We have a standby for Ted.
Who? You?
Well, what's so strange about that? I was in radio. Only my hair went out about the time TV came in. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mary L. Slaughter, substituting for Ted Baxter. Welcome to Scrutiny. Tonight's guest is Eric Matthews.
Murray, that's what we've been looking for. Where'd you find it?
I just picked it up. It was under this.
Oh, never mind where you find it. Go down to the studio and tape that interview.
Are you kidding? Look, it's 10 after 5 now. At 6, I'm making my TV debut. That gives me less than an hour to check the wires, write my own copy, and get a hair transplant.
Mary, you're going to have to interview Matthews.
Me? Oh, no, Mr. Grant, I don't think I could do that. I mean, I'm not ready to, not that I'm not flattered. It's just that, just to go on camera in front with a real
Will
news...
you calm down? I didn't mean you'd go on the air. I mean, you'd go down to the studio, read the questions to Matthews while we tape him. Then, when Ted's better, we tape him asking the questions.
And then you take me out and edit him in later.
Right.
Oh, well, I think I could do that. I mean, that'll probably be a lot of fun.
Check that, Mike. Harry, we'll start camera 2 on Matthews.
Hi, Tom. They told you I'd be substituting for Ted.
Right, why don't you sit down so we can line you up?
Okay.
Put camera 3 on Mary.
Excuse me.
We'll tape in 2 minutes, Mary. All right, fellas, let's go.
Mr. Matthews?
Where am I?
You're in the studio.
Yeah, what city?
Minneapolis.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been on this tour promoting my book so long that all the cities are running together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, like, for instance, the other day I was sitting in my hotel room in Newark, looking out the window at the beautiful view. And I realized that if it was a beautiful view, it couldn't be Newark.
It must really be exhausting.
Oh, yeah. 18 cities in 24 days, being interviewed by guys who've never read the book, whose first question is always...
Will you tell us about your book?
Right, yeah.
And then I bet they ask you, what gave you the idea to write it?
Yeah, inane questions like that. It's awful.
Well, that takes care of the first 2 questions I was going to ask you.
Oh, well, on the other hand, the questions are rather good. It's just my answers are dumb, right? Ted?
Oh, no, that's not my Ted. I mean, I'm not Ted Baxter.
Oh, no.
But you knew that already, didn't you?
You?
I'm Mary Richards. I'm the associate producer on the show. You see, Ted is sick. So what we're going to do is I will ask you the questions that he would have asked you, and then later they'll take me out and edit him in.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry Ted's sick. We were supposed to go out afterwards. I got an idea, though. Why don't I take you out afterwards and we can edit Ted in later?
And my prayer.
How about dinner?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And cue.
Good evening, and welcome to Scrutiny. I'm Ted Baxter. And tonight, have you written any other books?
Yeah, 3 others, but they didn't do too well.
Why did this book do so well and the others didn't?
Well, in the first place, this one got published.
Well, can you tell me, when did you first begin to think that Are Men Obsolete was going to be a bestseller?
When I saw that they'd put a picture of a naked lady on the cover.
Well, I see our time is up. Our thanks to Eric Matthews. This is Ted Baxter. And we'll be back next week with Scrutiny.
Wait a minute. I'd like to ask you a question, if I may. You never said when we were going to go to dinner.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
When?
Over dinner.
And cut.
Tom, I'm sorry about this last part.
Don't worry about it, Mary. It's only tape. We'll just cut it out later. Okay, fellas, it's a wrap.
Okay, Mary, where should we go for dinner?
Well, I know of a cute little place that's, tonight. You know, usually a date just means dinner or the movies or something, but boy, tonight was really different.
How different?
Well, I think building a snowman in front of the Women's Liberation Headquarters is pretty different.
I thought they'd get a kick out of watching him melt. Yeah, you have a nice little apartment.
Thank you.
I see you've won your letter.
Yeah. Would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. Oh, I love that print. I've got that at home.
How about some brandy?
Oh, no, thank you. Cigarette?
No, thanks. I don't smoke.
Oh.
I never have, really. I mean, even before all the new evidence about smoking came out, I never did. I was always afraid it would stunt my health.
You know something? I think I'm gonna quit smoking.
Good for you. That shows you got real willpower.
Nope, I'm out of cigarettes. Hey, did I make it?
No, you're short. Gee, tonight was great, Eric. The whole evening. The dinner, the snowman, the art museum.
Yeah, you got a nice collection in this town.
Yeah.
Matisse, Van Gogh.
Yeah, my favorite artist, Toulouse-Lautrec. What's that?
Huh? Oh, that's my pillow to sit on for height, you know. Listen, on these TV tours, you never know what you're going to run into, and not every television studio has nice tall chairs like you do.
Oh.
There are none in here.
What?
Cigarettes. I've decided to take up smoking again.
Oh.
Hey, is there a drugstore around?
Yeah, there's one just down the street, about 2 doors.
Okay. Well, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Where's Harpo and Chico?
I was just, walking funny. Just, been walking funny all night. I don't know what's gotten into me.
Where you been, Mayor?
Out on a date.
Oh, how was it?
Well, I don't know. It's, not over yet.
I don't know how to break it to you, but you're all alone.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be back any second.
Oh.
And, Rhoda, as long as you're here, could I ask you a big favor?
Sure, what?
Please go.
Can I meet him?
No.
Why? Is he somebody I'm going out with? Now, Mary, you don't have to sneak around behind my back.
Rhoda, would you just listen, please?
Mary, please. Do I have to sit here and figure out what's wrong with this guy? Are you going to tell me why you don't want me to meet him?
All right, I'll tell you why I don't want you to meet him. It's because of this.
I understand.
He needs it because he's very short.
What's he do, stand on it?
Now do you see why I something just like that.
Thanks a lot. You really think I'd make a derogatory remark about a person just because he's a shrimp? You see what I mean?
The drugstore's closed, so I guess I'll quit smoking again. Hi. Got a cigarette?
Eric, I'd like you to meet my friend Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda, this is Eric Shrimp. Oh, good one, Mary. You just put the eye makeup on your mouth. That's because you're upset. Know how I know you're upset? Not because you put eye makeup on your mouth. It's because you're talking to yourself. Want to watch that, kid? Hi. Hi.
How'd it go last night?
Oh, Rhoda, I don't know what's the matter with me. Eric is intelligent, he's funny, he's good-looking.
And short.
Very short. And you know what I am? I found out something about myself last night that's pretty upsetting. I'm a height bigot.
My best friend's a bigot.
Right. Why else would I be so hung up about height? You know, the whole time I was out with him last night, I kept telling myself about all his great qualities, and yet all I could think about was... He asked me to go out with him tomorrow night. You know what I did? I lied. I said I was busy just because he's short.
My father's short.
See? And it didn't bother your mother, did it?
Bother her. She's the one who made him short. He was over 6 feet when they got married.
Okay, Rhoda, go ahead, joke about it if you want, but I just don't think I can. I don't think it's funny to be a bigot. I'm going to do something about it right now.
Hey, I don't think you can turn yourself in for that.
Eric Matthews, please. I'm going to go out with him, and I am going to wear high heels, I am going to stand up straight, and I'm not going to be self-conscious about being taller than he is. I hope he takes me dancing. Hello, Eric?
And so, ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow, this is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying good news and good night. Hey, fellas, how was I? Hey, Lou. Catch the news?
Uh-huh.
How'd I do?
Well, you know me, Murray. I don't go around passing out idle compliments. I wouldn't say you were great if I didn't think so.
Hey, Lou, what about that new feature I put in, Animals in the News?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to speak to you about that.
Yes.
Don't do it again.
Hey, Mary, when the people found out I was doing the news for Ted, we got a lot of calls, right?
Well, one.
One call. Well, who was it?
It was Ted calling to find out if he had a lot of calls because he wasn't here.
Keep up the fair work, Murray.
Hey, Lou, look, I want to talk to you about that animal feature, Lou.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Eric. I'll be right with you.
Sorry I'm late, but I picked up this jacket today, and I had to wait for them to take the emblem off the pocket.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
Where'd you get it?
Robertson's?
Oh, they have a marvelous men's shop.
Yeah? I got this at the boys' department.
Well, where are we going tonight?
The Stop and Save.
Well, that's a supermarket, isn't
Right.
it?
You are talking to the world's greatest cook.
Oh?
And I wanted to watch that interview we did on the Tube tonight, so I figured I'd cook dinner for you at your place.
Sounds marvelous.
All right, let's go.
Listen, I don't care if you did get that at the boys' department. It's a great-looking jacket.
Thank you.
Why'd you take the emblem off?
It was a ducky.
Tell me, Eric, when did you first think that Our Men Obsolete might be a bestseller?
When I saw that they'd put a picture of a naked lady on the cover.
Here comes the part they had to cut out where you asked me to dinner.
Our thanks to Eric Matthews. This is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying so long.
Wait a minute. I'd like to ask you a question, if I may. You never said when we were going to go to dinner.
We'll talk about that later.
When?
Oh, for dinner?
I thought they were going to cut that out.
editor, and he's,
Little Juice?
right.
Hey, I've been interviewed 1,000 times, and that's the first time I've ever asked the guy interviewing me for a date. Hey, you got any wine vinegar?
Yeah, it's on a shelf over the stove.
Ah. Could you give me a hand, Mary?
Oh, sure. Shall we have coffee inside?
Inside?
Yeah, well, you see, in a one-room apartment, we call this area the inside.
Yeah. Oh, that must be the outside.
No, that's the dining room. Cream and sugar?
Yeah. No, thanks. No, I'll take without tonight. Well, how do you like them?
What?
My shoes. That's what you're looking at, isn't it?
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the floor.
And the distance between it and my shoes.
Really, I was.
I assure you, Mary, my feet do touch the floor whenever I walk.
They'd almost have to, wouldn't they?
Right. I really have to talk to you, Mary, about something. The fact that I'm shorter than you really bothers you, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No, you're not self-conscious about my height?
No, Eric, I'm not. I mean, when you and I are together, I'm not self-conscious about your height. I'm self-conscious about my height. I mean, if I were an even 5 feet instead of 5'6".
Honey, you're more than 5'6".
All right. Okay, I'm 5'7". So I'm an inch or two taller than you are.
You're 4 inches taller than I am.
Does it bother you
What bothered me?
that you're 1 to 4 inches shorter than I am?
Honey, I made my peace with that years ago, and they asked me to play Doc in the school play. I thought they were doing Mr. Roberts, but they were really doing Snow White.
Well, you know, that's really fantastic to be able to kid yourself like that.
Hey, if you like the author, you'll love the book.
The book?
Yeah, my new manuscript. I was waiting for a title before I sent it to my publisher, and you gave it to me.
Toulouse-Lautrec is one of my favorite artists. I didn't think you heard me say that.
Well, anyway, you named the book. Now I'd like you to read it.
You mean right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You dedicated it to me.
I thought it was appropriate.
You know, Eric, I've never had anyone watch me read an entire book before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go out and take a walk, okay?
Okay, that's a good idea.
Hey, you don't have to walk me to the door. Listen, you're wasting valuable reading time.
Right.
Well, it wasn't exactly magic, was it?
I just love...
Who do you just love?
I thought you were Eric.
You just love Eric?
Yeah, no, I love his new book.
His new book?
Yeah, look at that.
Mary, he dedicated it to you.
Yeah.
That's as good as a proposal, kid.
Oh, come on.
How can I describe how I feel about you, my best friend, getting married?
Rhoda, I am not...
Sort of a mixture of envy and hostility. But incidentally, I'm happy for you, too.
Rhoda, will you listen
Mary,
to me?
now
I'd
you
like
listen
take-
to me. Now, about your reception, here's the plan. When you go to throw your bouquet, you fade back like you're going to throw it to the back of the room. Then when the other girls move back, move up quick, and then you just lob it to me.
Okay, now, would you like to hear about Eric and me?
Yeah,
Okay.
in detail.
You know how it is when you're dating somebody?
No.
You know how it is when you tell yourself that despite all the evidence to the contrary, that you are really just good friends?
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it is with Eric and me. We are just good friends.
When you're single and 30, there are no men friends. They're either fiancés or rejects.
Oh.
have to wait till I say hi to Rhoda. Hi, Rhoda. Tell me about the book.
It is warm. It's witty. It's funny. What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just trying to figure out how to get you a job as a book reviewer.
What's the book about? It's all about being short.
Mary, couldn't you be a little more delicate? I mean, he's got feelings too, you know.
But no, Rhoda, that is the whole point.
That is exactly my point. My point is that everybody feels left out. They're stuck with something like shortness.
Yeah, like some people, shortness is tallness.
What?
Well, you'd have to read the... Tell her about it, Eric.
Did you get to the high school part?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
let's talk about that high school part. I don't usually like to throw this around, but I happen to be a high school graduate.
You know what I'm talking about. Here is my theory. Now, in every high school, there is a guy who is captain of the football team, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He is also student body president.
Yes,
right?
of course,
Right.
always.
Now, he's going with this girl who is head cheerleader. She's also most popular, right? And she's also senior class secretary, right?
Yes.
Okay, now these two people are deliriously happy. Now, in every high school in the country, there are two happy people and everybody else is miserable.
Right. Yeah, it's like being short, right?
Right.
I've got a confession here. When I was in high school, I had a problem like shortness. Try and guess what it was.
You were a fat kid.
That's close, Shorty. Do you know what it's like for a girl to be overweight?
You know what it's like for a guy to be under height? It's like at all the jobs nobody else wanted. Science editor of the school newspaper.
Business manager of the yearbook.
Ah, what were you, Mary?
Why don't I just heat up some coffee?
Mary.
I'd really rather not say.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
It's worse. I was head cheerleader.
And most popular.
Oh, Eric, I'm so glad you're here. She does this to me all the time. She tries to make me feel guilty for having been happy in high school. You're the first person I ever met who could handle her.
That's her subtle Midwestern way of saying she thinks we're meant for each other.
Okay, let's see if we are. I was assistant equipment manager for the wrestling team.
What kind of equipment do they have?
Very little.
I played the bass drum in the marching band.
You think that's bad? I couldn't get a date to go to the senior prom. Did you get asked?
Yes.
Ha-ha!
4 years after I graduated. What did you get for a graduation gift?
Socks.
I got a belt buckle. Mary, what did you get?
Oh, a car.
What?
A car.
Ooh.
No, wait a minute. It was an old car with secondhand. One of the doors wouldn't even open.
Did it run?
Yes. No, but hey, guys, it was a Hudson. A brown Hudson.
Oh.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary L. Slaughter substituting for Ted Baxter, saying good news and good night. I give up.
What's the matter?
Well, people are so unappreciative. This is my last day of filling in for Ted, and nobody even bothered to call.
We had a lot of calls after your appearance on Scrutiny with Eric Matthews.
You did? Well, why didn't you tell me, Lou?
We didn't think you'd really want to know.
Oh, sure, I want to know, Mary. What kind of calls did we get?
A lot of people wanted to know how your dinner date with Eric turned out.
Roy L. Scutch of Winnebago got a surprise yesterday when he harvested his crop and found an 11-pound turnip.
But what's so amazing about that? We have a 165-pound vegetable doing the news every night.
You know, Marie, it seems to me there are a lot of stories like this that we don't think are so important, but other people just might find interesting.
The only way we'd do that story, Mary, if Roy Scotch were killed by an 11-pound turnip.
Oh, Murray.
Here's some changes. What are you cutting now?
Oh, nothing. It's...
Nothing?
Well, it's just an idea for something I thought we might do on the show.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, it's going to be a surprise.
Surprise me.
Surprise. Newsroom. Just a moment, please. It's for you, Mr. Grant, New York.
Come on, come on. What's your idea?
Mr. Grant, I'll tell you later.
Oh, all right. But don't forget, because I still want to hear about it.
I got it. You're going to suggest Ted interview the turnip.
It just seems to me we should do funny little human stories like this every once in a while. I mean, if the newspapers can do it.
What are you guys talking about?
Newspapers.
Oh, I don't care much for them myself.
Well, he's very blasé now, but you should have seen him run in and grab the paper when he heard Nancy and Sluggo broke up.
All right, you guys, kid around, but I've got very good reasons for not liking the newspapers.
Oh, what are they?
One, they're competition. And two, I always get that black stuff over my hands after I read them. And when people watch my show, they don't have to wash their hands.
Oh, terrific, Ted. We can advertise the 6 o'clock news. Doesn't get your hands dirty.
It doesn't get your hands dirty. Hey, that's a good one, Mary. Did you hear that, Mary?
Oh, come on, Ted. It wasn't that funny.
Hey, did you guys just hear what Mary said? I'm going to tell this to Lou.
What can you expect from a guy whose favorite Marx brother is Zeppo?
Murray, Dr. Walter Reed Richards was honored with a dinner last night by the Roseburg Medical Association. Dr. Richards announced his retirement after 21 years as chief of surgery for the Roseburg County Hospital. I don't believe it. Murray, this is my father.
Oh, Mary, you're kidding.
I gotta call home. Why didn't they tell me anything?
Well, maybe they promised the newspaper a scoop.
I talked to my mother 3 times last week. Wouldn't you think... Hello, Mom. It's Mary. Listen, Mother, how come you didn't tell me that Daddy was retiring? He didn't tell you? Well, yeah, I guess that's Dad. Well, what are you gonna do? What are you planning now that you've got retirement to look forward to? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And what about later today? Mom, I mean, what are your plans? Oh, you are? Yeah, that's terrific. When? Okay. All right, Mom. Call me later then. Right. Bye-bye. Huh.
What are they going to do?
They're moving. Here.
Mary, Don McDonald is joining me for lunch tomorrow, so make sure I have enough ice.
Well, there you are, Lou. Lou. You want to have a good belly laugh? Mary and I were talking, and I said, when people watch my show, they don't have to wash their hands. And then Mary said...
Well, Mr. Grant, it really wasn't funny at all.
Oh, come on, don't louse it up, Mary. I said, when people watch my show, they don't have to wash their hands. And then Mary said...
We can advertise that the 6 o'clock news doesn't get your hands dirty.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That isn't funny.
Hiya.
Oh, hi.
Hey, when you decide to come down off your bar stool, you want to go out and grab a sandwich?
Oh, gee, I'd love to, but I can't. My parents are coming.
Oh, wonderful. How long are they going to stay?
Well, they're moving here.
Can I have my wonderful back?
Rhoda.
Mary, do yourself a favor. Tell them to stay where they are, or go someplace else, or anything but come here.
Rhoda, I could never do that.
Well, then I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll make the call anonymous and in very good taste.
It's too late. They've already left. They'll be here any minute.
Mary, you have got to send them back the minute they get here. Listen to the voice of experience. When I lived in New York, my parents kept following me all over the Bronx. I'd move, they'd move. Once I told them I was moving, they moved, and I didn't. I thought I finally lost them, but no, they picked up my trail. So what could I do?
You moved to Minneapolis.
I moved to Minneapolis.
Rhoda, it doesn't have to be that way. My parents and I have always gotten along just great. My mother is terrific.
Uh-huh.
No, really. My dates used to like her as much as they liked me.
Oh, that's swell. There isn't enough competition running around. But tell me, Mayor, these perfect parents of yours, Did he ever bring up the subject of why you aren't married?
Well, not directly. Every once in a while, my father used to mention that he was the only department head in the hospital who didn't have any grandchildren.
Was that his or yours?
Oh, no, that was his, just to let me know he was kidding. Hey, Rhoda, you remember that party I gave and your date made those dumb paper airplanes?
Yeah.
Little souvenir.
Hey, you know, I haven't seen him since that evening either. See if he's up there, huh? Boy, no wonder I haven't seen him. Here's my phone number.
Well, what do you think? How does the apartment look? Clean enough?
Clean enough for what?
For my father.
You see? Do you see what's happening? They aren't even here yet, and you are cleaning an already clean apartment.
Rhoda, it's just that my father's never been here, and I want the place to look clean.
So, how tall is your father, anyway?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Daddy's in surgery, but he's always been very particular about everything he comes in contact with being germ-free.
Oh.
Where are you going?
I gotta boil my sweatshirt.
Hi. Now hug your father first, because I'm going to take time with you.
Hiya, Dad.
How are you, Bones?
Oh, Mom, honey. Oh. It's so good to see you. It's so good to be here.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't your father look great? You'd never guess that he's 16 years older than I am, now would you?
That's a new record for working it in fast.
Oh, honey, it's so terrific to be here. Remember the last time I was here and we went shopping together and people mistook us for sisters?
Yeah.
I always loved that. Hey, now, Walt, isn't this a darling place?
Yeah. What are you paying, Mary? About 100?
Yeah, about 100.
And
30?
5.
in Roseburg, you can get a whole house for that.
No, you can't.
That's what our house payment was.
No, 135 wasn't our house payment. That was our phone bill.
Mary, this place, does it have a John or is it in the hall?
Yes, Dad, it has a John. It's right in here.
I want to wash my hands.
Dad, I'm a big girl now. You don't have to say that anymore.
Oh, yes, I do. I got them filthy on that banister out there.
Oh.
Well, you know, honey, we're going to have to start looking for an apartment soon. And I want a place just like this, only bigger and newer.
Well, I'll take you around on Sunday. It'll be fun to see all the apartments I couldn't afford. How do you think you're going to like living in Minneapolis? It's going to be pretty different from Roseburg.
Right. Mary, I want you to know that moving here wasn't my idea. It was your father's.
Oh. What are you going to do, Mom, now that Dad's retired?
Well, I kind of thought I'd go back and finish nursing school.
Oh, Mother, you've been saying that for years.
Well...
That's your mother's way of reminding everyone just how young she was when we got married.
You know, Dad, I was really surprised you decided to move to Minneapolis.
Mary, it wasn't my idea.
Oh, but Mother said...
Oh, this is good cheese, Mary. What kind is it? It's so different.
It's called American.
Walt, would you like some American cheese?
No, thanks.
Mother, didn't you just say that...
Walt, you've got to admit now that Minneapolis offers a bigger variety of things to do now, doesn't it? Walt.
Mary, isn't that the plate I got for your mother at the Seattle World's Fair?
Yeah.
Had an inscription on it that said,
Seattle World's Fair?
Yeah, something like that.
Read the back.
Oh, yeah. To Dottie from Walter.
Your father's the last of the romantics.
Come in.
Hello, Mary.
Hi.
I could come back after inspection.
Rhoda.
Hey, I was thinking about that idea you were going to give me. You know, your surprise?
Yeah, you were?
Yeah. I knew it had something to do with the paper. Then I figured it out. You're going to suggest that we replace Ted by televising newspaper clippings, aren't you?
No, Mr. Grant.
Oh, that's too bad, because it's a good idea. What's your suggestion?
Well, I was going to work up a whole presentation for you, you know, but I haven't had the time. Well, anyway, what I thought we might do is just use stories like this on the news.
You mean to say we missed out on the turnip story?
Okay, Mr. Grant.
Biggest turnip story of the century, and we missed out on it.
Sorry, Lou. It was either that or the yam that looked like Millard Fillmore. I blew it, Lou. An honest mistake.
Well, don't let it happen again.
Well, if you like it that much, I'll type it up for you, Lou.
Yeah, this is what I love about working here. I mean, you guys are just so much fun.
After that, you're still looking for cute little stories?
I'm looking for a cute little apartment for my parents.
Oh. What part of Minneapolis you looking at?
St. Paul.
St. Paul?
Yeah, well, you know, it's nice over there. It's quiet over there.
And it's over there, right?
Listen, it's not that I don't love them, you know? I mean, I really have enjoyed this last week with them. It's just that I think I've outgrown spending all my free time with them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do they have any friends here?
No. Hoping I can find an apartment with some friendly people.
You're looking for a friendly apartment, Mayor? Why don't you move into my building?
Oh, well, gosh, Ted, I don't think I could stand all that happiness. Anyway, it's not for me, it's for my folks.
Well, that's still all right. There's plenty of vacancies.
I wonder why.
Anyway, Ted, don't you live in one of those swinging singles buildings?
Yeah, it's swell. We've got a social director, sweet rolls on Sundays, volleyball tournaments. Of course, I'm the biggest celebrity there.
Oh? The guy with the chimp must have moved.
My mom lives there, too.
Your mom?
Well, she's single.
But she was married once, wasn't she, Ted?
Oh, sure. Everybody loves Mom. If your folks move into the building, they'd love her, too.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they're not single, Ted.
Oh, yeah. Well, if they ever decide to break up, send them over.
He's a happy man, Murray.
I know. It drives me crazy.
Excuse me, is this where... Oh, hi, Mary.
Dad! Hi! What are you doing here?
I was at the hospital right around the corner.
You were at the hospital. Is anything wrong?
Uh-huh. Oh, just dropped in to watch a couple of operations.
Well, how were they?
Fair. They don't even give you a private office, huh?
Oh, well, Dad, see, a newsroom is like that. You know, everything's sort of out in the open. Nobody has any secrets, so nobody needs an office. Except for Mr. Grant. He's got a, you know, not that he has any secrets or anything. He's just, you know, got a, Murray, this is my dad, Dad Murray Slaughter.
Mary talks about you all the time. It's a pleasure.
Thanks.
This is really a nice surprise.
Come on, I'll buy you lunch.
Oh, gee, Dad, I'd like to, but
well, if you can't make it, I understand.
No. I'll rearrange a few things. Hey, right. I got a couple of apartments that I think are kind of interesting.
Oh, we already rented one this morning.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Here in Minneapolis?
Yeah. Where else?
Oh, well, no, I was just thinking it might be over in well, whereabouts?
Well, after we had breakfast with you this morning, we just drove round and round until we found this place. I've got the address right here.
Dad, that's right around the corner from my place.
She couldn't find anything in your building.
Hey, look, gin. Gin? I thought we were playing hearts.
Who's winning?
Who knows?
Oh, Mary, great dress.
Yeah?
Where you going?
Oh, a dinner party.
You going out again tonight, dear? You were out so late last night.
Gosh, Mom, I don't think 11:30 is so late.
Well, I guess I better be going. Hey, Mare. Honey, do you have an extra key?
Why, are you going to come back tonight, Mom?
Well, Phyllis has had let me in a couple of times the past few days, and you know, I really didn't want to bother her.
Oh, well, it's no bother. Phyllis doesn't mind doing things like that.
Well, good. I'll get her to make me a key. Hey, Rhoda.
Yeah?
Would you like to go to a movie later?
Sure. As long as it's not one of those sexy ones, you know? All those naked bodies just remind me of work. I'm there.
What is it you do, dear?
Oh, mannequins. I dress mannequins in a store window.
Thank heavens. Well, have a good time, honey. What time do you think you'll be home?
Gee, I don't know, Mom.
Well, have a good time anyway, dear. And don't forget tomorrow's a working day.
I won't.
Hey, Rhoda, I'll pick you up at 8, okay? Good deal. And listen, I'm not going to change.
Oh, no, me neither.
Be prepared, they'll take us for sisters.
Probably, Bye. So long. Gee, I can hardly believe she's your mother.
Yeah? Why?
Oh, Mary, she's so young. She's just like a regular person. If my mother was here, she'd be driving me crazy.
Rhoda, she's driving me crazy.
I know.
Does it show? You think my mother knows?
They never know.
Hello? Mother? Who is it?
Rhoda, can you give me a lift to work? My car's got the Asian flu.
Yeah, sure.
So, Mary, you going to a formal breakfast party?
No. Just got home.
Must have had some great time.
Look, Rhoda, whatever I did, it's my own business, okay?
That good, huh?
I'm sorry, that wasn't meant for you.
So, who was it meant for?
For my mother.
Ah.
Every time I come home late, the phone is ringing. When I pick it up, the person on the other end hangs up. Rhoda, my mother is checking up on me. Oh, I broke my zipper.
You see? Every time you yell at your mother, God makes you break your zipper.
Look, I realize that she's the best mother a person could have, but no matter how hard she tries, she's still my mother. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, kid. Look, it goes with the territory.
I feel every time I'm going to be late coming home that I have to call her so she doesn't worry.
Who would have thought it?
What?
This happens to Protestants, too.
I would just like to be able to go out and stay out all night if I feel like it without coming home and finding the phone ringing.
You wearing shorty nightgowns to work these days?
Work! Work! Work!
Pizza cart like that, the cheese won't slide off the crust.
Mother, what are you doing here?
Well, I had some extra meatloaf left over, and I knew you'd be tired and wouldn't feel like cooking.
You, just happened to know that I'd retired, huh?
Well, you worked all day, didn't you? Look, you can barely hold your eyes open.
Mom, my eyes have never been opener, and as, for the dinner, thank you, but I have a pizza.
Oh, Mary, you can't eat that.
Mother, I'm going to eat my pizza.
Okay. Okay, you can have the meatloaf tomorrow. It's always better when it's left over anyway, so I'll just leave it over. We're just on my way out anyhow.
Hey, Mom.
Huh?
Thanks for the meatloaf.
I made it just the way you like it. How was your date last night?
Fine, thanks.
What did you do?
Mother, I'm not going to tell you.
I know what it is.
What?
You always get cranky when you're sleepy. You've been like that ever since you were a baby.
Mom, listen, I'm not a baby anymore. See, I don't need my mommy bringing me meatloaves, and I especially don't need her checking up on me every minute.
I haven't been checking up on you.
Oh, come on, Mom. What do you call this meatloaf if it's not checking up on me?
Maybe I have been around here too much, but it's not because I've been checking up on you.
Mom, you haven't been around here too much. Why have you been around here so much?
Because I like you.
Well, Mom, I like you too. But liking doesn't have anything to do with it.
Well, if I knew you felt so strongly about it, I wouldn't have brought the meatloaf.
Mother, we are not talking about the meatloaf.
Well, then what are we talking about?
Mom, will you stop crying? That isn't fair.
I'm not crying.
Mom, we are talking about the phone call this morning. Now, if that's not checking up on me, then I don't know what is.
What phone call?
Oh, Mother, you know what phone call. Who is it?
Me. I went home thinking I might get some dinner. Oops, don't let me kill the fun.
No, Dad. Please, Dad, stay. Mother, are you telling me that you didn't call me this morning and then hang up when I answered?
Hang up. Why would I call you and then hang up?
Well, then if you didn't call, who did?
I did.
You did?
That's right. I got home from my AMA meeting at 11 o'clock, a respectable hour, expecting to find my wife there. And when she wasn't, I called here, and my daughter wasn't home either. Well, Miss Nightlife here finally showed up at 12:30. But by then, I was so used to calling you, I just kept it up until 8:27 this morning.
You got home at 8:27 this morning?
More or less, yes. Dad, as long as you were on the phone, why didn't you just say hi?
Because I didn't want you to think I was checking up on you. I figured since you were well enough to answer the phone, everything was okay. I shouldn't have hung up.
I certainly agree with you there.
What I should have done was ask you where the hell you were until 8:27.
Dad, look, I am over 30 years old. I don't have to answer that.
I don't care how old you are. You're still my daughter, and I've still got the right to worry about you.
Okay, look. When you lived in Roseburg, you didn't know where I was half the time. It didn't bother you then.
Oh, yes, it did. Well, plenty of times I started to pick up the phone, but I didn't.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, a long distance.
Well, as long as you're both here, you want to have dinner?
What do you say, Dottie?
Well, as long as we're not in the way.
No, we're not in the way. We'll have meatloaf and sloppy pizza.
Fortunately, I made enough meatloaf for the three of us. I'll just go warm it up.
You know, you still haven't told us what you did last night.
I know.
You're not going to tell us. Oh, Dottie, I guess we'll just have to get used to that.
You're right. We'll just have to get used to that. We'll never get used to that.
That's the first visit by an American Secretary of Agriculture to Miami Beach.
Who timed this show? We're going to end up about a minute short. Give me something quick. I don't want him staring at the camera with a silly look on his face.
Phil discussions to throw his head in
How
the ring.
can you tell when a man with a silly look on his face gets a silly look on his face?
Well, that's the news for tonight. This is Ted Baxter saying, see you tomorrow.
That's how.
Hold it. I've just been handed this late-breaking bulletin. Roy L. Scotch of Winnebago had a surprise yesterday when he harvested his crop and found an 11-pound turnip. Repeating that bulletin.
Mary?
Yeah, come on in, Rhoda.
Hiya. Hey, kid, what happened? Half an hour ago, you were dressed to go shopping.
Yeah, you know something? I think I'm getting to be a compulsive cleaner. This whole thing started 20 minutes ago when I emptied an ashtray.
Mary, guess what?
What?
My father's in town.
Yeah, no kidding. That's terrific. What's he doing here?
He came with my mother.
Well, when do I get to meet him?
As a matter of fact, they're here right now.
Here? Where here?
Right outside that very door.
What?
And up those stairs in my apartment. Gotcha.
Oh, Rhoda.
Come on, they're waiting up there to see you. Mary, you made a wrong turn.
Rhoda, I can't go upstairs and meet your family dressed in this crummy outfit. What'll they think?
They probably think you borrowed it from me.
Martin, I'm getting tired of standing.
Ida, I got an idea.
What?
Sit.
Where?
Here. How about this? Isn't that lovely?
Oh, no, that looks too uncomfortable.
What, is it more uncomfortable than standing?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide.
Why don't you try the bed?
Oh, no, I don't want to sit on that spread. It might shed all over my suit.
Here's a nice beanbag. Why don't you try that?
Mrs. Morgenstern! Oh, don't get up.
Don't worry, I can't.
Hey, help me up out of that thing before it swallows you.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. My, don't you look pretty?
Oh, it's probably the new shoes. Don't you look wonderful? But then, why shouldn't you?
Oh, come on.
And now, Mary, our special guest star, my father.
Mr. Morgenstern,
Mary.
I feel I know you.
Well, I'm glad, otherwise I'd never let you take advantage of me like that.
Well, how was the trip? You have a pleasant flight?
Yeah, we had a pleasant flight, except for some life of the party guy who kept playing chopsticks on the lounge piano.
Oh, gee, I hate that.
It was me.
Oh, everybody loves Martin's sense of humor. Martin, don't you think you ought to go find us a place to stay?
Hey, wait, I thought you wanted to stay here.
Rhoda, when you told us you had an apartment, I don't know why, but I pictured an apartment. Look, maybe there's a nice motel around here someplace.
Gee, Pop, I don't know of any.
Thank goodness.
Mr. Morgenstern, there is a very nice one on the corner of Oakhurst and Burnside. My parents stayed there once.
Good, I'll see if there are any vacancies, and later I'll come back for the luggage.
And for me.
And for you. Rhoda, you know something? In New York City, you'd have to keep these beads locked up at night.
Oh, Rhoda, your father is well, I mean, I never pictured Cary Grant. He's even more attractive than I was sure he would be.
Yes, he is, isn't he?
Oh, Mrs. Morgenstern, I think your husband is just terrific.
I know.
Hey, I just thought of something. Wouldn't it look kind of funny to drive up to a motel without a car? Rhoda, honey, could I borrow yours?
Well, it's in the body shop. I sort of keep it in there and just take it out for accidents.
Mr. Morgenstern, you can borrow my car if you want.
Oh, Mary, that's all right.
Please, I don't even need it.
Well, golly, that's terrific. Ida, did you hear that? Now we won't have to rent one for the whole week we're here. Gotcha!
Oh. Now we see where you got your gotchas.
Right.
I'll get you the keys.
So long, Pop.
Rhoda.
Yeah, Ma.
I have to tell you, your father and I coming to Minneapolis, it isn't just a pleasure trip.
You're telling me.
Hey, Ma.
You're not going to move here.
Oh, no. Rhoda, you may have noticed in the past 10 or 20 years that your father and I aren't getting any younger. I mean, some people have told me that I have matured, gracefully. But your father, I mean, nobody tells me I look like Cary Grant.
Mom, what is it you're trying to say?
Well, Rhoda, our marriage is on the rocks.
You're talking ridiculous. I don't believe that. If your marriage is on the rocks, how come you and Pop are in here acting like nothing is wrong?
He doesn't know.
Wait. How could he not know?
Rhoda, I've been keeping something from you. It's very difficult to tell you this, Rhoda, but there's another party.
Another party? You don't mean you and...
No, him and...
And he doesn't know?
He doesn't know I know.
Oh, I refuse to talk about this.
Would I make something like this up?
Yes, you would. And I'm not going to discuss it any further. That's all. It's too dumb, Ma. Don't come in here and tell me that my father is fooling around.
Who's fooling around? He's dead serious. Believe me, Rhoda, a woman knows the signs.
The signs? Ah, come on, Ma. What signs?
Like taking me out to dinner and bringing home flowers.
Ma, listen. I want you to stop this talk. I'm telling you, I don't want to talk any more about it.
Rhoda, you've got this all wrong. It's not his fault. And people spark to your father. Especially women. Well, even Mary did it.
What kind of proof have you got?
For 33 years, that nice Mrs. Edelman that worked with your father,
yeah,
Well, now all of a sudden, a nice old lady is not what he wants for a secretary. Now he has a 24-year-old girl with blue eyes.
What happened to Mrs. Edelman?
She died.
Mom, listen to me. I don't want to discuss this any further.
All right, don't. Don't believe me.
No.
Don't lift a finger to help.
No, I won't.
And after the divorce, don't feel guilty.
Mary, I'm checking the billing. No calls, no interruptions.
Right, Mr. Grant.
I thought the billing came on the 1st of the month.
His bar bills come on the 15th.
Oh, yeah. Newsroom. Well, it's gotta be there. I'll come help you look. Mary, the film for our feature story's missing.
What story?
The one on inefficiency in business.
Hiya, Mayor.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Stopped. I made lunch reservations in 2 restaurants.
Well, welcome to the WJM newsroom.
Golly, why isn't anything the way you picture it? You know what I expected here? 30 or 40 reporters, a dozen copy boys. Spencer Tracy is the fighting editor.
Oh, well, that's because everybody's at lunch.
Except us.
So that way I can show you around without disturbing anyone. I mean, that is, if you're interested.
Interested? Oh, we love studio tours, don't we, Martin?
Oh, that one in Hollywood, that was really something.
Oh, yeah. First you get on this little tram, and it takes you around to the dressing rooms of the stars, and then the stars come out and say hello to you.
That's right. And the show they put on. I'm telling you, these stuntmen are falling out of trees, out of buildings. All of a sudden, you're on a boat, and there's a torpedo coming right at you. And suddenly, there's a big explosion. I'm telling you, you'd swear it was the real thing. It is the most fantastic thing I have ever seen.
Now, Mary, give us your tour.
Well, this is the newsroom.
Oh, that's very interesting here. That's, oh, somebody draws over here?
Right, yes, he does. And these are his colors. His colored carousel.
My, did you ever see so many colors, Martin?
Mary, excuse me, could you help us look?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll be just a second. I have to find some film.
I was here once before, you know, so I could sort of pick up where Mary left off. This is Mary's desk. And this is Mary's typewriter.
Is this Mary's chair?
And this is Mary's boss's office door, Lou Grant. And this is him. Well, Mr. Grant, hello. I didn't think we'd catch you here. I thought you'd be out to lunch, but it's nice to see you're here. We were just looking over your little newsroom. You remember me, don't you? Ida Morgenstern. I met you the last time I was here. Or was it the time before? Anyway, here I am again, only this time I came with my husband, Martin.
Hiya there.
We came all the way from New York. Well, I see you have a lot to keep you busy, so I'll just let you get back to work. It's been nice chatting with you, Mr. Grant. Bye-bye. Oh, that Mr. Grant is such a nice man. You know, you're right. He looks like Spencer Tracy.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morgenstern, I have to answer the buzzer. I'll be right in, Mr. Grant. Just be a second.
Isn't that Mary efficient? She heard that before it even buzzed.
Mary, a person just opened this door and spoke small talk to me at some length.
That was Mrs. Morgenstern, Rhoda's mother. You might have remembered meeting her.
I might have remembered, but I didn't. I thought maybe she was somebody important. But now she turns out to be your friend's mother.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grant. It won't happen again.
Excuse me.
Rhoda, I'll be out in just a minute.
No, I gotta do this, ma'am. Is she in trouble because of what just happened?
Rhoda, really, everything is okay. I am not in trouble.
I disagree.
Now listen, Lou. It was my mother, so if you're gonna yell at someone, yell at me.
Okay. Rhoda, this is a newsroom. I have work all over my desk. I can't have people barging in here and interrupting me. And I do not enjoy being one of the high points of interest on the guided tour for visiting parents. Do I make myself clear?
I I can't believe you took me up on that offer.
You have anything left for me?
No, that did it.
Mary, I am sorry. I do crazy things when I'm hungry.
It's okay. Listen, we can go to lunch now.
Oh, good.
Where is your mother?
Oh, I don't know. She must have wandered off somewhere.
Mary, we found the film.
Oh, great. Where'd you find it?
I didn't. Your mother did.
It's just a matter of knowing where to look.
Well, we can go to lunch now, Mrs.
Oh,
Morgan.
where's Martin? He went to the men's room.
You're welcome. Well, you just never know who you're going to meet there, do you?
Yeah, come on in, Rhoda.
Hello.
Hi. Listen, turn the music down if you want to.
Oh, do you mind if I turn it off?
No.
Yeah, to me, music and conversation don't mix. I keep trying to talk on key. Do you have any juice?
Yeah, sure, in the fridge. Help yourself. How was the evening with your parents?
Oh, we watch TV. There are certain TV programs that my mother simply will not miss.
I know. My mother's the same way.
Hey, you want some juice?
No, thanks.
See, my father had planned to take us to this nice French restaurant, but we never would have made it back in time. So we stayed at the motel and had chicken in the bucket with Chad Everett.
Who is it?
It's only me, Ida.
What's she doing here? Ma? Ma? What are you doing?
It's over, Rhoda. I left your father. The marriage is finished, but it's all right. I guess Rhoda told you all about this, huh, Mary?
No.
Well, don't look so surprised. It's been coming. Rhoda knows all about it.
Well, look, this is obviously a very family kind of thing. If you'll excuse me, I got some laundry to do. I mean, I know you don't need an audience.
No, it's okay, Mary. I don't mind an audience.
Mary, she loves an audience.
So come and sit down. I'll tell you everything.
Ma, you're not telling us anything. What happened?
We had a big fight.
Does Pop know about it?
He knows. Listen, Mary, before you judge Martin too harshly, I want you to hear my side of the story.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Morgenstern, I just want to say, that I like both you and Mr. Morgenstern, and I'm sure this whole thing is going to, straighten itself out. But I really feel that it would be wrong of me to make a comment one way or the other at this time.
Can I go on now?
Yes, sure.
Well, I told him that I understood about him and his sordid affairs.
His affairs?
Ma, please. Mary does not have the time to listen to all this.
Yeah, I really do have some laundry that I got to take care of.
Well, I can say this fast. Mary, I'm a modern woman who knows the score, and I know that the male animal has certain needs that a loving and devoted wife of 35 years cannot satisfy.
You said all this to him?
Yeah, but not so fast.
Ma, please, just go back to the motel to Pop, right now.
No, Rhoda. A marriage cannot survive without honesty. There's only one thing that will get me to go back to your father.
And what's that, Ma?
If he'll admit he doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, this is the worst night I ever spent.
It's not so good for me either, you know.
Look, Ma, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Who could be calling in the middle of the night?
Hey, it's only 11:30. Just seems like the middle of the night. Yeah, hello? Well, hiya, Pop. Ma? Yeah, she's right here.
Martin, I'm not here. I mean, if you try and come and get me, I won't be here. I'm being unreasonable. Listen, Martin, I'm telling you, don't come here. Don't you come here. If you insist on coming, it's freezing out, and I put your wool sweater in the second drawer. I gotta hang up now, but I'm telling you for the last time, don't come. Don't come.
He's coming, isn't he?
Of course. Why shouldn't he come?
Who is it?
It's me, Ida. Mary, I need a hideout.
A hideout?
My husband is coming over, and I don't want him to find me in Rhoda's apartment.
Come on in.
I won't forget you for this, Mary. Oh, you're getting ready to go to bed.
No, it's okay.
You go ahead. Go to sleep. Just forget about me.
What'll you do?
I'll just sit here in the dark and try to figure out where it all went wrong. That's him. Where can I hide?
Who is it?
It's me.
That's not him. It's Rhoda. Don't let her in either. She'll squeal on me.
Mary, I am so sorry about this. Ma, what are you doing?
I want your father to be happy, and the only way he can be happy is if he's free of me.
He'll never be free of you. I should know.
Ida! Rhoda!
That's him. Shh.
What? Shh. Pop! Pop, she's down here.
She did it again.
Where is she? Ida, what are you doing?
Going to the bathroom.
Don't lock yourself in my bathroom, Mrs. Morgenstern.
Did she tell you what this ridiculousness is all about?
Yeah, Pop, we both know.
Rhoda, honey, I don't know what it is with her. She's so touchy lately. She's so hard to handle.
Mr. Morgenstern, I bet I know what it is. I'll bet you Mrs. Morgenstern is just going through
A change of life.
Right.
She went through that 10 years ago.
Maybe she's changing back.
Sitting there watching the news, and all of a sudden your mother is telling me she knows I'm having affairs and that she understands.
Listen, if you'll excuse me, I have a few things I have to wash out, but I can't right now.
Hey, Mary, listen. You know Ida. You're a very objective third party. Can't you reason
Mr.
with her?
Morgenstern, I don't think I ought to. As I said to Mrs. Morgenstern
Look,
earlier...
Tell her I'm not having any affairs for her to understand or not understand.
I think she heard.
No, I didn't.
Ida, where are you going?
California.
What, in your bathrobe? You're going to California, please. Sit down, huh? Come on, let's talk about this, frankly. Talk.
All right, let's talk.
Good. At last.
Mary, there are some things that are too private to discuss in front of... Don't you have some laundry to do or something?
Yeah, sure, I do.
Ma! What are you doing? Is that any way to talk to Mary? Go upstairs and use my apartment.
I don't want to.
Why not?
It's nicer here.
It's perfectly all right. I'll make good use of the time. I gotta go to the laundromat anyway.
The laundromat is closed, ma'am. Come on upstairs with me. Hey, I just got one thing to say. If there's a custody battle, when they bring me into the courtroom, I refuse to run into the arms of either one of you.
Ida, come on. Let's talk about this thing intelligently.
Yes. My slippers. I forgot my slippers.
Come on, Ida, let's sit down and talk. Come on, like two people. All right, Ida, now listen. Maybe I've been neglectful in these last couple of years, but honestly, that is all it's been.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Tell me one thing, Martin.
What?
If you had been fooling around, would you tell me now?
No. Well, honey, I'd want to spare your feelings.
That's sweet. How do I know you're not sparing my feelings now?
Well, you don't.
Well, are you?
No.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Oh, Martin, I'm so mixed up with all these honestlys. It would be simpler if you just told a lie.
Oh, you want to hear a lie? I'm going to tell you a lie. Ida, these last 35 years have been pure agony. I don't love you more than anything else in the whole world.
That's a lie?
Biggest one I ever told.
Oh, Martin. Oh, Martin. Oh, it's been a long time since we hugged.
Too long. Too long.
It's not too sexy anymore, is it?
Sure it is.
Oh, no, Martin. What you mean is we're comfortable together, but, well, it's not so romantic for you. I mean, if you met me today, wouldn't you marry somebody a little taller?
Nope.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
Why not?
Well, you can't get married twice.
That's true. Hey, why not? Listen, there's no law against it. Come on, let's get married again.
Again?
Listen, they renew leases, don't they? They pick up options. Look, we've been married for 35 years, honey. It's time we renewed our lease.
Renewed our lease? Yeah. Oh, Martin, that's so poetic. Oh, wait. Hello, Rhoda. Guess who? She guessed. What's new? She wants to know what's new with us. Come on down and we'll tell you. And bring Mary, too, okay? Hey, did you hear that? She was anxious to know what we were doing, and I said to her, what's new?
I heard that was very cute.
And they think you're the one with a sense of humor. Oh, Mary! Mary, do you know a nice synagogue around here?
Synagogue?
What do you need a synagogue for? Your father proposed to me. We're going to get married again.
Second ceremony, right here in Minneapolis. What do you think?
Ah, Pop, I love it. Wait a minute. You're not doing this because you have to.
Here we are, Mr. Grant. Gee, I'm sorry Mrs. Grant couldn't make it.
Well, she could have. But Edie and I have a deal. I don't like to see her cry at weddings, and she doesn't like to see me drink at receptions. Mind if I have a refill?
Yes, go ahead.
Attention, please. Could I have everybody's attention? Excuse me, Rabbi. It is now time for the newlyweds to go back to their motel for the honeymoon.
Oh, yes.
But before they go, the bride will throw the bouquet.
Best 2 out of 3.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, Mr. Grant, here's your mail and your tickets to the Broadcasters Man of the Year dinner.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Who's the man of the year this time?
Lucille Harris from Channel 10.
Lucille Harris. Man of the year. Good choice.
Lou got 2 tickets to the dinner. Who's he going with?
Gee, I don't know. He must be taking somebody.
Well, maybe he and Edie are getting back together.
No, I don't think so. He told me the other day they haven't spoken in weeks.
Yeah, well, I guess he has a date.
I guess so. I wonder who it could be.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Oh, Ted, here are your tickets to the Broadcasters Man of the Year dinner.
Oh, thanks, Mayor. Who stole the award from me this year?
Lucille Harris.
Lucille Harris, Man of the Year?
That's right, Ted.
That sounds strange.
Yes, it does.
Wonder why his mother called him Lucille. Hey, you don't think he's...
Ted, Lucille Harris is a woman.
Oh, good. I'd much rather have a woman be Man of the Year than some guy named Lucille.
So, by the way, Marie says the babysitter can come early, so we'll be able to drop by for drinks before the dinner.
Oh, good. Oh, I didn't even think to ask Mr. Grant. I better ask him. I wonder who his date could be.
Come in.
Mr. Grant, I'm having a few people over to my place before the dinner on Friday night.
What dinner?
With the Man of the Year dinner. Anyway, not a lot of people. You know, just Murray and his wife and Ted and Georgette. And so I thought that maybe you and your...
What?
Date?
What date?
Well, I just assumed that you were taking somebody. I mean, you ordered 2 tickets.
Oh, yeah. Of course I have it, Mary. After you've been married 26 years, you always tend to think in terms of 2s. I gotta stop that.
Look, I know this may not be any of my business, but could I say something personal?
No.
Mr. Grant, why don't you take someone to the dinner?
I don't want to.
Why not? You already paid for 2 dinners.
Okay, then. I'll eat 2 dinners.
Mr. Grant.
Better yet, I don't think I'll go at all.
Oh, come on, Mr. Grant. You know you have to go, and you know you hate to go to these things alone.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should take a date to that dinner.
Right.
Mary, see if you can get my wife on the phone.
Okay, yes, I will. Mr. Grant, I would be delighted. Be a good chance for you 2 to see each other again. Go out, have a good time, have a few laughs. Edie Mackenzie, please.
Mackenzie?
Yeah, I ran into her the other day. She said she went back to using her maiden name. Thank you. She's coming on the line.
Stay. Hello, Edie? This is Mr. Mackenzie. Yeah, I'm fine. How about you? Good, good. Listen, Edie, you know that Broadcasters Man of the Year dinner they always have? Yeah. Well, I got an extra ticket, yeah. It's this Friday. You want to come? Okay. I'll see you Friday.
Is she coming?
Yeah, she's coming. With somebody else.
Oh, Mr. Grant.
It's going to be kind of strange seeing Edie there with another man. All right. That's the way she wants it? Okay. I mean, there are plenty of women in the world.
Right.
And I bet a lot of them would be happy to go with me to that dinner.
Oh, you bet they would.
Sure. She can get a date, I can get a date.
Of course you can.
Mary, give me a date.
Well, listen, if you think of anyone, could you call me back? Come in. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Mia, you know how I hate borrowing things from you. But have you got a scarf that goes with this jacket?
Yeah, I think so.
I figured since this is your jacket.
Hey, you look great. Where are you going?
I'm going to the sports arena. I have a date with the left wing.
The left wing?
It's a hockey player.
Oh.
I met him last time his team was playing in town. I had a seat right next to the penalty box.
And you just started talking to him?
Sure. I said, excuse me, is this your tooth? Oh, Mary, that's perfect. Thanks. So, you want to come with me tonight?
Oh, no, I don't think so, Rhoda. I still haven't found a date for Mr. Grant. I'm just hoping someone will call me back.
Oh, you're so stupid, Mia. I almost forgot. I got somebody for you. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. A woman from my mom and dad's class. Listen, she's a warm, good person. Very attractive, very intelligent. Her husband died about a year ago, and I have a feeling that she and Lou would really like each other. So here's her number. I'll give her a call. Mary, I love her. Really, she's wonderful.
Well, listen, don't you think you ought to call her?
She doesn't like me.
Rhoda, if she doesn't like you, how can I possibly call her?
Mary, I was just kidding then.
Oh.
I mean, of course she likes me. A person has to like me if I like them, right? I mean, I'm a likable person. You like me. I like you. Call her. She'll like you. Okay, thanks for the scarf.
Okay.
And the jacket, kid. You do like me, don't you?
Hello, is Mrs. Dudley there? Well, how do you do, Mrs. Dudley? My name is Mary Richards, and I'm a friend of Rhoda Morgenstern's. You know those horrible phone calls you get when someone you hardly know calls you up and asks you to go out with somebody you don't even know at all? Well, this is one of those phone calls. But listen, let me tell you about him, because he is really... 7:30, and it's the same address as Rhoda's. See you then. Bye. And Mr. Grant, she's really looking forward to meeting you.
Good. Phone her back and call it off.
But Mr. Grant...
I'm sorry, Mary. I've been thinking about it. I just can't go through with it. Call Mrs. Dudley and cancel.
No, I won't.
I don't want to discuss it, Mary. Please.
Let me handle this, Mayor. Lou, let's talk man to man.
I think they're one short.
Lou, there are two kinds of people in this world. There are men and there are women. You with me so far, big fella?
I'm with you.
Now, men have certain needs. Basic animal needs. Ugly needs. That can only be satisfied by...
Women?
Exactly. Now, these needs are nothing to be ashamed of, Lou. All men have these needs. You have them, I have them. Even President Nixon. It really does, Lou. Now, it isn't natural for these needs to go unsatisfied. It isn't normal. It isn't healthy. So, what do you say, Lou?
I say Nixon should take Mrs. Dudley to that dinner.
I don't think I got through to him, guys.
Mr. Grant, are you sure you won't change your mind?
Yeah, come on, Lou. It'll be fun, all of us going out together. You, me, Mary, Ted. I never know when to stop.
I'm sorry. I can't explain. I don't know why, but I just can't do it.
I know why. It's because you think this woman will think you're not an attractive man, right, Lou? You're afraid she'll think you're a short, bald, overweight, middle-aged man. A lot of women like that.
Mary, will you please call Mrs. Dudley? I am not going out with some woman I never met before. What will we talk about?
Oh, Mr. Grant, she's an intelligent woman. You can talk about anything.
Call her.
Oh, Mr. Grant, I just can't believe that you're concerned about making conversation. What does anybody talk about when they're on a date?
Call her.
What do I talk about? What does Ted talk about? What does anybody talk about?
Call her.
What does Edie talk about when she's on a date?
Why'd you do that?
Well, what do you mean?
Tell me, Mary. Do you really believe that it bothers me that Edie thinks I can't get a date? Do you really?
No.
Oh, you're wrong. Call your Mrs. Dudley and tell her I'll see her at your place.
Right. No, Rhoda? What do you think?
Mary, what are you doing? It's late. Get dressed. Perfection, really.
Thank you. Hey, do me one more favor. Will you put the raw vegetables out and the dip?
Sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Mary Richards?
Yes?
Well, I'm Martha Dudley.
You're Martha Dudley?
Hello, Mrs. Dudley.
Oh, hello, Rhoda, dear.
Well, yes, do. Go ahead, come in, please.
Okay.
Sit right down. Rhoda, could I speak to you in the kitchen for just a minute, please? That's Mrs. Dudley? From your dance class?
Of course not. That's a mother-in-law. Her late husband's mother. Yeah, they share an apartment. What's she doing here anyway?
Rhoda, you gave me a phone number. You told me to call Mrs. Dudley.
Sure. Yeah, Mrs. Ellen Dudley. Not Mrs. Martha Dudley. Mary Martha Dudley's got to be 80 years old.
I know that, Rhoda. But you told me to call Mrs. Dudley.
Wait a minute. Wait, you mean she and Lou?
She and Lou. You think that's funny?
No, no.
Just help yourself to some hors d'oeuvre, Mrs. Dudley.
Thank you, dear. Oh, call me Martha.
All right. Mr. Grant.
Hello, Mary.
Mr. Grant, I'd like you to meet your date. Mrs. Dudley, this is Lou Grant.
Oh, I'm glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you.
You know, I don't usually go out on blind dates.
Well, why don't you two sit down, and I'll fix us a drink. Martha, what would you like?
A glass of sherry, please.
Sherry. Mr. Grant, can I get you a drink?
Oh, yes.
Well, why don't you two just, and I'll...
Oh, that's a lovely corsage.
Thank you. I brought it for my... you.
Oh, how lovely. Thank you. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, would you pin them on for me? You know, these old fingers don't always do what I tell them to. Hello there. Oh, hello, Rhoda, dear.
Oh, what a beautiful corsage.
Lou brought it for me.
Did he? Mm-hmm. Aw, have some cheese puffs.
Oh,
They're
thank
nice
you.
and hot.
Thank you, dear.
How about you, Lou?
No.
I'm gonna put it right here. You'll take one later if you want it. So, Martha, how's Ellen? I haven't seen her in class lately.
Well, she's just fine.
Excuse me. I want to talk to Mary for a minute.
You're excused, Lou.
Hello, Mary.
Your drink, Mr. Grant.
Thank you, Mary. To a long life, Mary.
Mr. Grant, I am just so sorry.
Please, there's no need to apologize. It's not your fault. All I said to you was, get me a date. I didn't specify what kind of a date. How were you to know that I wanted somebody under 90?
Won't you please let me explain? You see, there are two Mrs. Dudley.
Mary, there are thousands of Mrs. Dudley. Why this Mrs. Dudley? I can't take that little old lady to dinner.
Well, Mr. Grant, she's here. I mean, you can't just send her home.
My wife is going to be at that dinner. I can't walk in there with that Mrs. Dudley. I'm just going to have to tell her.
How?
I don't know. But she's just got to be told.
Man, where's Martha's drink? You're starting to choke on the cheese puffs.
It's all right, dear.
I'll take it to her.
He's not taking it well.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you, Lou.
You know, Mrs. Dudley.
Call me Martha.
Yeah. That's a very pretty outfit you have on.
Oh, thank you, Lou. I got it just for tonight.
Oh. That's very becoming. Hey, you know, this dinner tonight is very important to me. You see, this will be the first time I have taken a woman out since my wife and I separated.
Oh, Lou, I know just how you feel. It was 2 years after my husband passed away before I started dating again. But believe me, Lou, tonight is going to do you a world of good.
Excuse me.
You're excused, Lou.
Thanks. Mary, I wonder if I could have a word with you.
Surely.
Mary, I can't tell her.
Mr. Grant, why didn't you just go through with it? I mean, it's just for one night. She's a sweet, lovely lady. You have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah, maybe you're right. What's to be embarrassed about? Hiya, Mary. Hiya, Rhoda. Hi. Hey, Lou. Say, who's the old lady?
Martha, Dudley, I'd like you to meet Georgette Frank,
Nice to meet you.
This is Martha Dudley, and she is Lou's date for the evening.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you.
Come on, Lou, who is she, really?
That's who I'm taking to the dinner.
Oh. Well, nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Have you and Mr. Grant been going together long? No. This is our first date. We met through Mary. You know, Mr. Baxter, you look very familiar to me.
Oh, you've probably seen me on television.
No, I don't watch television. I have a fireplace.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Georgette, that's a lovely dress. Is it new?
Pretty new. I bought it this afternoon.
That's quite a date you got there, Lou. You want to see if she's got a granddaughter for me? At least nobody can accuse you of robbing the old cradle. But on the other hand, she's not bad, Lou, really. Actually, she's kind of cute, you know. Kind of grows on you. Got nice legs.
Mr. Grant, Martha has had such an interesting life. Did you know she was flower girl at Thomas Alva Edison's wedding?
Oh, hiya, Mayor. Marie got the flu. Frey had to come along.
Oh. Hey, Mary will get you a date.
Well, listen, now that Murray's here, why don't we all head for the dinner? We don't want to be late. Certainly don't want to miss that fruit cup.
Well, Mary, aren't you forgetting Andy? You know, your date.
Ah, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. We're just leaving.
Looks like a nice party I almost went to.
Have fun, you guys.
Thank you, dear. You know, these old legs don't always do everything I tell them to.
Well, that completes the award ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen. And now for your dancing and listening pleasure, here's Bobby Roberts and his orchestra.
Well, that's it. I guess we can all be getting on our way. Big day tomorrow.
Mr. Grant, we can stay a little while longer. I mean, everything's all right, isn't it?
I guess so.
Anyone for the little girls' room? I'll go into the Mary?
Sure.
Hey, I think I'll go down to the lobby and get some cigars.
I'll go with you, Andy. I always like to take a walk after a dinner.
Until he's sure the check's paid. Say, Lou, where's Edie?
Where?
Just getting up.
They headed this way?
No, they're leaving.
Oh, good. They're gone yet?
Right? Now.
Edie! How nice to see you! Hey, Lou, look who I found! You're about to go, and I stopped him just in time. Guess who, Lou?
Hello, Lou. Murray.
Nice seeing you, Edie.
Lou Grant, this is Mike Montgomery.
Hey, he's a big one, isn't he, Lou?
How tall would you say you are, Mike? Say, Ted, why don't you and I go stretch our legs?
Well, all right, but we still won't be as tall as Mike.
I see, Edie. Mike.
Boy, that Edie's doing all right for herself, isn't she?
Well, how you been?
Terrific. Terrific. You?
Fine. Did you bring somebody to the dinner?
Oh, yeah, sure. She's in the ladies' room. Oh, there you are, Mary. Yeah, Edie. You know Mary. Mary, this is Mike Montgomery.
How do you do? It's nice to see you. You're looking just lovely, Mrs. Edie.
Thanks, Mary. You too. Hello. Hello.
Oh, Edie, this is Martha Dudley, a friend of Mary's.
How do you do?
Well, nice seeing you, Edie. You too, Mike. Martha? I just do?
Well, it was a tough spot.
Not that tough.
Maybe not.
Martha, I wonder if you'd come with me for a second.
Well, of course. We'll be glad to.
Excuse us. Edie, there's something I didn't make clear before. Martha, Mrs. Dudley, it isn't just Mary's friend. She's my date.
It's so nice to meet you, Mrs. Dudley. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Did you know that Martha was the flower girl at Thomas Alva Edison's wedding? You want to dance?
I'd love to, Lou.
Excuse us.
Mr. Grant, I had no idea that you're such a wonderful dancer.
Neither did I. Martha taught me this step. Come on, George.
No, Ted, I don't want to. He wants to dip.
You want to change partners? Okay.
He's a little silly tonight.
Rhoda? Bless you.
Mary, I think I may possibly be coming down with a cold.
What's your temperature?
Ooh.
What is it?
101. That has to be my temperature, right? Couldn't be my weight.
Rhoda, you get right back upstairs and into bed.
Yeah, right.
Is there anything I can get you? Vitamin C, aspirin, anything like
Leah,
that?
nothing. Thanks a lot, kid. Although I would like a couple of magazines. That would be nice.
A couple of magazines. Okay, I'll drop them off for you.
And some books, maybe. A crossword puzzle.
A puzzle, good. Break the monotony.
And fruit, Mary. I love fruit.
Okay, I've got some oranges, I think. I can...
And you know what? I was supposed to take my car in for a 6-month checkup, and I was wondering...
Rhoda!
All right.
Hi, Mary.
Morning.
Yes, well, I always said that looks aren't important when you have a good clothes sense going for you.
Phyllis, I'd like to tell you something.
What?
It is so hard for me to tell you this.
What is it you can tell me? What?
I'm extremely contagious.
Mary, how you can be so friendly with Rhoda is really beyond me.
Well,
anyway, I came up here to ask you for a favor, Mary, but, Mary, do not say yes unless it's really convenient for you. Promise.
I promise.
I was wondering if you could stay with Bess for the weekend. It would really be terrific, and it would really help me out a lot.
Stay with Bess for the weekend?
Yeah.
Is that all? Oh, sure, I'd be glad to.
Oh, Mary. Oh, I'm so relieved. Oh, you're a lifesaver. Well, Bess has her little suitcase all packed and her sleeping bag all rolled up, and she'll come up here and stay with you.
Well, listen, would she be more comfortable if I went down there and stayed with her?
Oh, that wouldn't seem fair.
No, I don't mind.
No, I mean to Bess. See, Lars and I are going off on our little adventure, and she ought to be able to have one, too.
Oh. Well, what little adventure are you and Lars off to?
Oh, well, you know what a group marathon is?
Yeah, where a bunch of people get together and discuss their problems, right?
Yeah, not that Lars and I have any particular problems, but, well, if it's possible for things to be better,
Why shouldn't he be?
Yeah, it sounds terrific to me, too.
Excuse me.
Hold it a minute.
Realize you have been tying up my phone for over half an hour?
Business call, Mayor. Can't be helped. What, honey? Yeah. Sure will be neato to get out of town. How about 7:30? See you then.
Hey, you going out of town this weekend?
Well, sort of.
Well, where you going, Ted?
Oh, nowhere. Just a place. Not important. Just someplace. On business. By myself.
By yourself. On business?
Well, maybe one other person.
Hey, Murray, how about coming over to the house tomorrow night and watch a fight with me? Powell says he's going to put Sanders away in the 12th, but I got $5 says he doesn't.
Thanks, Lou. I'd like to, but I have tickets to a concert tomorrow night.
A concert? Go to a fight. Go to a concert.
I can't either, Lou, going out of town.
What?
I said I can't either, Lou.
Can't either what?
Come to your house and, watch, I guess it's time to go in the studio.
Ted, you sure you can't make it over to the house tomorrow night?
Sorry, no can do. Maybe some other time, fella.
Murray, you change your mind.
Thanks, Lou, but I won't. The concert's a one-night thing. I don't want to miss it.
What concert is it?
Oh, Mary, this fantastic young pianist is playing with the Minneapolis Symphony. Styrakovsky, Anton Styrakovsky.
Sandy's in town?
Yeah. Sandy?
Well, oh, yeah, that's what we used to call him back in Roseburg.
You mean he's from Roseburg, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disillusioning. How well did you know him?
Oh, just slightly.
Uh-huh.
Well, he asked me to marry him.
But you only knew him slightly?
Yeah. Well, of course, I would have known him better if I'd accepted. Okay, here's the list so far. We have on the agenda going to the car wash, going horseback riding, going to the park.
To identify flora and fauna for my science report.
Right. Getting stuff at the market to make cookies with. And last but not least, coming home and baking these giant cookies. Did I leave anything out?
That sounds terrific.
Come in.
Hi, group.
Hi. How you feeling?
About the same. So, how's the weekend going? Great so far. And look what we're going to do today. Not too close, honey. Uh-huh. Yeah. Identifying flora and fauna. Gee, I haven't identified a fauna in Lord knows how long. It sounds like fun, kids. Mary, have you got some orange juice I could borrow?
Yeah, help yourself. Hello? Sandy? Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, isn't this great? Right, I know. Your concert tonight? Listen, Sandy, can you hang on just a second, please? Bess, could you go outside and see if the mail's come yet?
Well, sure, Aunt Mary.
Thanks. Sandy, listen, this is just incredibly bad timing. I mean, I can't think of anything I would rather do than hear you play, but I got a small problem. But listen, how about tomorrow night? Oh, just the one night, huh?
Aunt Mary.
Just a second, Sandy. Yes, you...
Excuse me, but if there's some place you want to go, don't not go on account of me. I can stay alone.
Oh, no, Bess, dear, I'd feel responsible.
Well, you can get a sitter.
No, honey, I couldn't. Sandy,
Mary, tell him to hold on.
Could you hang on just another couple of seconds?
Mary, it is the guy you showed me his picture in the paper, and he's adorable.
Right.
So what are you staying home tonight? When you could go out with him, a little Bess here doesn't mind if you leave her with somebody else.
No, I can't.
Okay, I'm going to help you, Mayor. I'll go out with him.
Sandy.
Aunt Mary.
Just another,
Honestly, you should go. Well, I'd feel bad if you stayed home because of me.
Well...
Really?
Hello, Sandy. Slight reversal of plans here. I'd be delighted. Tonight at my house. Okay, great. See you then. Bye-bye. Wow, how do you like that after all these years?
I I like it.
Bess, do you have a regular babysitter?
I usually call Miss Henderson's agency. They have the most fun sitters. 555-2010.
Hey, listen, Mayor, thanks for the orange juice. And have a good time tonight, huh?
Thanks. Feel better.
Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Henderson? This is Mary Richards, and I'd like to hire a sitter. That's right. For tonight. Mrs. Henderson, why are you laughing? Oh, well, I didn't realize that Saturday nights were booked up so far and you know, vans. Well, listen, could you recommend another agency? Well, yes, I realize that you're the best, but could you possibly tell me who's second best might be? There isn't any. Well, thank you, Mrs. Henderson. Yeah, she's fun.
I really had a fun time today, Aunt Mary.
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun for you sitting around watching me call babysitters all day.
Come in. Okay, girls, how do I look?
Whoa! Rhoda, you're not going out tonight.
Well, you know, Mary, the really craziest thing happened a little while ago. As you know, all day long I've had a temperature of 101, right?
Right.
So this guy calls me who I've been dying to go out with, and he asked me out for tonight. And this sort of miracle occurred.
What was the miracle?
Well, the miracle was I decided to go out with a temperature of 101.
Oh.
I gotta stop doing that. So what happened with the sitter?
Well, I called every agency in town. I finally had to call Murray, and he gave me the name of a sitter who was not available, but her sister is, so she's coming over to sit with Bess.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out for you.
You know, you could make yourself much sicker going out tonight. Did you tell him you have a temperature of 101?
I would have, Mayor, but it's this rule I have. I never discuss flu symptoms with the 6'1" Yale graduate with the black curly hair.
Well, you could give him your cold.
If I play my cards right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, Bess, I think you'll have plenty of stuff to eat tonight. There are things in here to make sandwiches with, and, well, there's enough stuff if the babysitter brings a boyfriend even.
I'll get it, Aunt Mary.
Thank you, dear.
Hi, is this Mrs. Richards' apartment? Yeah? I'm the sitter.
You're the sitter?
I'm Dee Dee. This is the little girl I'm sitting with.
Well, Dee Dee, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
Oh, around 12, 13, that area.
Are you sure?
Aunt Mary, let me handle this. Okay, who signed this Marner? Who? She's 11. What difference does it make how old I am, as long as I'm good?
Well, Dee Dee, the thing is that Bess here is 12. You know, and I mean, it's just funny to even...
Look, Mrs. Richards, I can make her go to bed. I make my brother go to bed, and he's bigger than she is. So just tell me what time you want the kid in bed.
Well, Dee Dee, this is all very, very admirable, and I'm sure that you're a fine little sitter. But, it's 10 after, and well, just, make yourself comfortable, and when my date gets here, we'll drive you home. Right now, I got 20 minutes to drum up somebody who can come over and sit.
Can I help you with that present, little girl?
No. Called her. Rhoda's out. Murray's not home.
Aunt Mary, I can stay alone. It's only for a few hours.
Absolutely not. Hi. It's, Mary. Listen, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm sort of desperate. Do you, by any chance, know of somebody who could come over and babysit with Bess tonight? See, it's sort of an emergency. Well, right away. Yeah, my television set's working. You mean it? Oh, thank you. That's absolutely terrific. See you in a while.
Well, who's going to be my sitter?
Mr. Grant.
Can I help you? No, I can do it easy.
Mary.
Hi.
Well, I'd have recognized you anywhere. You look terrific.
Oh, hey, Sandy, you too.
Thank you.
Oh, come on in.
These yours?
Oh, no.
Whose are these?
Other people's. That's Bess with the long,
Bess?
who is staying with me for the weekend, and this is Dee Dee, who we have to drop off, by the way, as soon as my boss gets here, who is babysitting tonight, and I'll explain it again later. And, girls, this is Anton Styrakovsky.
Call me Sandy. It makes life so much simpler.
Excuse me, that'll be my boss. Oh, Mr. Grant, it's just great that you could come.
Right, where's the set? It's black and white.
Yeah. Mr. Grant, I'd like you to meet Anton, Sandy Styrakovsky. And you know Bess, and that's little Dee Dee.
I was all ready to watch the fight, and the tube blows out on my set, and Edie is watching this documentary on her set. There's 6 wives of Henry VIII, 8 wives of Henry VI. I don't know.
And the championship fight will begin in a few minutes right after this word from Cavalier Blades.
Well, I guess you're all set, so we can be on our way. Come on, Dee Dee, we'll drop you off.
Pleasure meeting you.
I'd better not take a chance. I'm playing tonight.
Styrakovsky, you got a brother who plays for Chicago?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
He plays halfback, doesn't he?
No, he plays first violin.
That must be a different Chicago.
And not too late, Bess, okay? We'll see you later, Mr. Grant.
No more scraped skin. Just style the tone that sets your beard on edge. And watch it melt right off your face. You from Cavalier.
Do anything you want, kid. Just don't play with matches.
Now here's the referee, Al Perdomo, giving the final instructions to the fighters.
Oh, yeah. Boy, this is gonna be something. This is gonna be great.
Can I watch with you, Mr. Grant?
Sure, sit down. This is the moment that gets you. Now, you see, it starts slow at first. That's because they're feeling each other out, mapping out their strategy. See, they gotta go 15. That's why they pace them.
He's down!
What?
He's down!
4, 5, 6, 7,
Stop that. Stop the counting! Just don't believe it.
It seems like an awful lot of trouble for those fighters to go through for such a short thing.
Usually it lasts longer. Usually I see it. So. Well. You go to school or anything?
Yeah.
In any particular grade?
8th.
8th? Boy. Well. That's great. That's something. You getting a little drowsy yet?
Not yet. It's still pretty early. Are there any other championship fights you'd like to watch on TV tonight?
Not tonight. What else is on?
Well, there's a documentary about Henry VIII and his 6 wives.
No, that one I know about.
There's the Clancy Clan.
What's that?
Well, see, they have all these kids. And everybody laughs a lot because they have all these kids.
What else is on? Is anything real on? Like a Western? Boy. So, well. So you're in the 8th grade, huh?
Yes, sir. Can you do that again?
What?
Crack your knuckles.
No, it's only good once at a time. Maybe later.
Okay.
Remind me.
Hey, Mr. Grant.
What?
As long as we're not doing anything, you know what'd be really neat to do?
What?
Make cookies.
Make cookies? I don't make cookies, kid.
Oh, Mr. Grant, it's really fun. Aunt Mary and I bought this cookie mix.
Look, you want to make cookies? You go get a box of cookies. You get a plate. Boom, boom, boom. You made cookies.
But they taste so much better when they come out of the oven.
Yeah.
All nice and hot. And you can have them with some nice ice-cold milk.
Yeah, nice ice cold milk, right.
Well, it doesn't have to be milk. You can drink anything cold with them. Anything you want.
Anything you want. Like if you want milk, you can have milk, right?
Right.
And if I want milk, I can have scotch, right?
Right.
I like you, kid. Let's go make cookies. As a matter of fact, let's have a little milk right now. Just to get things started. I always hate to make cookies on an empty stomach.
Oh, Mr. Grant, you'll love this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, put contents into bowl. Add 1 egg
1 egg, right?
and 1 cup milk.
A whole cup.
You stir while I turn on the oven.
All right. Oh. Yeah. This is gonna work out just fine.
Found the cards. Those cookies smell great, don't they, Mr. Grant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see, what card games do you know? How about hearts?
Don't know it.
Casino?
Don't know it.
Canasta?
Don't know it.
Poker?
Know it.
That's great.
Yeah, but it's no fun unless we play for something.
Well, I don't get my allowance until tomorrow.
Chips. What can we use for chips?
If you can wait until they cool, we can play for the cookies.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Now, what do you want to play? Spit in the ocean? Or no peaky baseball?
Well, how about 5-card stud?
I like you, kid.
Oh, look at that.
Huh?
Isn't that sweet?
She's cute when she's sleeping.
I meant Mr. Grant. I wonder what all those cookies are doing on Bess's side of the table. Strange.
Hi.
Hi.
I hear those go great with milk. No. We play a little poker.
Did Bess beat you?
No, I just ate my winning.
Well, was everything okay? No problems or anything?
No, fine. No problems.
Good.
Just fine. I'll just be on my merry way. Good night.
Mr. Grant, I just can't thank you enough.
You may have a point.
Well, guess I better get Bess into bed.
Yeah. So, I'll see you for breakfast in, well, about 8 hours.
Right.
And lunch. And right up until my plane leaves.
That'll be great. Gee, Sandy, you know, it is really so strange. I mean, it's like no time at all has passed since we last saw each other.
I know. Aren't we supposed to have changed? Isn't this where I'm expected to look at you and say to myself, I wonder what I ever saw in her?
I forgot. Edie needed a car to take her sister home, and I took a cab here. And there's not much chance of me hailing a cab down there at 1 in the morning.
Oh.
But Look, you don't have to. I can always call a cab.
No, not at all. Mary, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Look, you really don't have to.
Perfectly okay. I don't mind in the least. I take all of Mary's sitters home. How much travel time do you get?
He's a cutie, Aunt Mary. Don't you get nervous playing in front of all those people, Sandy?
Nervous? No, I'm a professional. We don't get nervous. We get panic-stricken.
Phyllis, you want some cookies that I made?
I'd love some. A little later, honey. Oh, Phyllis Lindstrom, this is Sandy Starakowski.
Hi.
Hi, Sandy. Bess, I'd like to hear all about it later.
How was the marathon?
Mary, it was the finest experience of my life. And I truly believe that Lars and I have grown even closer, if you can believe that. And so, Mary, that's why I want to ask you another favor.
Oh, well, sure. What is it?
Mary, could you possibly keep Bess just a little while longer?
Well, Phyllis, I'd like to, but you see, Sandy and I are going out in about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty of time. Thank you, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Good morning, Murray.
You want to go ice skating at lunchtime?
Oh, well, I brought my lunch.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, Murray, I tell you, when I skate, I just sort of like to, you know, and you always want to... Oh.
It's all right. Have a nice, happy little day. You too. Yes? Something wrong?
Well, it's just that I've never seen you looking so refreshed.
Well, that's because I am refreshed. I got completely polluted last night.
Nothing like a good hangover to pick you up.
I wasn't hungover. You gotta be over to be hungover. I'm still half snockered. That was some evening. Me and John Corcoran, we were really flying.
John Corcoran, the one on the network news? Oh, I see him from Vietnam in his combat jacket, ducking under the bullets.
That's the one. He used to work here.
No kidding. He's great looking as he looks. You know, I mean on television.
He's beautiful. That's coffee. Like last night, about 2 a.m., we're in this place, see, and John orders sake, Japanese wine, right?
Yeah.
Now, understand, we're not in some quaint little Japanese restaurant. We're in the lucky 7-Eleven bar and grill, a saloon. Now, the bartender at the lucky 7-Eleven doesn't get this request very often. But John just stands there looking him straight in the eye.
And the bartender got him the sake.
No, he threw us both out.
Mr. Grant, I seem to have missed the point of the story.
The point is, I haven't been thrown out of a saloon in years. And John managed it. That's what I call a newsman.
Well, if that's what you call a newsman, what do you call this?
Hi, guys.
What are you doing in so early?
I'm in because I'm upset about being wakened at 2 a.m. by an obscene phone call. I've never had anyone say things like that to me.
What are you telling me about it for?
Because it was you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry about that, Ted. It's just that whenever I'm with a really first-class newsman, I get furious thinking about you.
I'm glad he apologized.
I think it cleared the air.
Newsroom. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was the receptionist. She sounded like she was doing deep breathing exercises. John must be on his way up. Now, look, everybody. I know John, and even though he is kind of a famous guy and won a lot of awards, don't make a big deal over him, okay? It would only embarrass him.
You still can't say hello like other people, can you, Murray?
You see, what did I tell you? He's embarrassed.
How are you?
What are you doing up this early?
Don't you remember, Lou, last night we were sitting on the curb in front of the Lucky Seven? You said I could use my old desk if I needed it. But it's occupied.
Oh, was this... Well, all the desks are occupied. I mean, I never use mine. I'm Mary Richards.
John Corcoran.
You gonna be around later? I'll buy you a sandwich.
Fine.
Maybe we can get thrown out of a luncheonette.
No, you can't, Mr. Grant. You're having lunch with the sanitation commissioner.
Oh, yeah. Talk about garbage over lunch. Sorry, John.
Well, look, as long as I'm chasing you out of your desk, gonna take you to lunch?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I guess you can take care of yourself. After all, it's just a lunch. Come on, John. Come on.
Lunch.
Lunch. Murray?
This is very good fettuccine. You sure you don't want to try it?
No, thank you. I've got this little meat patty here. John?
What?
I lied. I want to try your fettuccine.
More?
Oh, no. I've seen you on television, haven't I? Don't tell me, you're,
John Corcoran.
No, yes, you are. Oh, I just love your news. Oh, I mean, I don't, I really hate the news, but the way you do it,
Thank you very much.
It's really just heaven. I wonder, would you?
Oh, my pleasure. Is there anything special you want me to write?
Yes. To the most well-informed woman I have ever met. That'll just destroy my husband. Is she,
Yes, she is.
Oh, would you mind? Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. I shouldn't have done that.
Now, what's the harm?
Well, I didn't want to disappoint her, so I wrote the first name that came into my mind. Ringo Starr. Mrs. Ringo Starr. I didn't want to spend the whole afternoon trying to figure out who Mary Richards is.
Well, I can think of worse ways to spend an afternoon.
Well, let's talk about you. Before Vietnam, weren't you in Russia?
Yes. Are you involved with anyone right now?
No. How about some dessert?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were on a diet. What would you like?
Actually, I was thinking about having the fettuccine. Are you going to throw those away?
You want them?
Oh, yeah. My girlfriend and I are pooling our trading stamps.
Oh, look, in that case. Here.
What did you ever buy to get all these?
A camper truck and everything to stock it with.
A camper truck?
Yeah, I thought I'd take some time off to just drive around the country. I haven't seen it for a long time.
Oh, thank you.
I'm married, Mary.
Yes, I know. Your ring.
Does it bother you?
It didn't bother me until you asked me if it bothered me. I mean, I don't know why I even bring it up. This is just a lunch, right?
Well, I was thinking of it as a little more than just a lunch.
But, I mean, that's what it is. Look, rolls, butter, ice water, restaurant. That's a lunch.
Let me explain why I told you I'm married.
No, it's not
Well, the reason I told you I'm married is because I'm separated.
John, why don't we change the subject?
All right.
If you're so separated, how come you're still wearing the wedding ring?
That's a funny thing.
Oh, is it?
I just can't seem to get it off. Now, go on, try it.
Well, no, I'll take your word for it.
I guess to get it off, I'll have to cut it off.
Oh, waiter, could I have a knife? My butter. You wouldn't let me. Look, all right, I'll admit he's intelligent, charming, good-looking, really polite. But the important thing is, I'm just not interested in him.
I know what you mean. Looks, intelligence, charm. They turn me off, too.
Yeah. Okay, think about this, Rhoda. What happens when these separated men go back to their wives?
I don't know. Maybe a little kissing, fooling around, I don't know.
I mean to us.
Oh, Mary.
Rhoda, go home. Who is it?
John Corcoran.
Rhoda, stay right here. Well, hi, John.
Hi.
Won't you come in?
Thanks.
John, I'd like you to meet my roommate, Rhoda Morgenstern. Rhoda, this is John Corcoran.
How do you do?
Hi. Got any more stamps?
What am I laughing at? Everywhere I go, they keep shoving these things at me. There.
Ooh, great.
John and I had lunch together today.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Oh. Well, sit down, John. John's just back from Vietnam.
I think you mentioned that.
Oh. He just bought one of those,
a camper, you told me.
To drive around the country?
Yeah. Where you from, anyway?
Los Angeles. That is, my wife lives there. We're separated.
I know.
I think I mentioned that. Would anyone like some coffee?
None for me, Mayor. I just want to go to bed.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping you up.
No, you're not. All I have to do is go upstairs to my apartment.
I thought you two were roommates.
What made you think that?
Mary just said so.
Oh. She's right.
John, how do you take your coffee?
Black. He took it black at lunch.
What are you doing?
Sweeping.
I thought you were making coffee.
I am. It's going to taste a little strange, though.
You can forget about the coffee.
Well, no, really, I'll just make instant. Why don't you go talk to Rhoda?
It's a little difficult talking to Rhoda.
Why?
She's asleep.
Don't believe it.
Like it or not, Mary, we're alone.
Well, why don't we be alone out there? I really should wake her and send her home.
No, don't. You'll feel better with her here, won't you?
Yes. John, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being separated. Maybe I'm being dumb, but there are all kinds of ways of being separated, you know? I had an uncle who used to go to a convention for 2 weeks every year, and for those 2 weeks, he was separated. And then my aunt found out, and they were separated. And I'm not saying, you know, that you, I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying it might be better if we don't see each other.
Yes.
Okay. We won't see each other again. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, John.
See you at the office.
Right.
What are you working on? I think there might be an idea for a good documentary in this. America by someone who hasn't seen it for 3 years.
Who? Jimmy Hoffa?
Hi.
Am I in your way?
No.
If I am, I can use this end of the desk and you can have the rest.
No, really. I never use the desk. Excuse me. My labels. My addresses.
Mary, there's nothing wrong with sharing a desk with a separated man.
I know. It's just I never use a desk. Really.
I'm working against the deadline, and you're putting labels in my typewriter.
Well,
Mary, look, I was wondering about something. Maria and I are having some people over Friday, and we want you to come.
Oh, good. I'd love to.
And look, if you're the kind of person who thinks they have to bring a bottle of wine or something, don't bother. We have all the wine we need.
Okay.
We're a little short on cognac, though.
Hi, guys. Hey, Johnny. Don't get any ideas about taking over my job.
A sincere-looking chimp could take over his job.
What's that, Murr?
I said a sincere-looking Ted. My wife and I are having some people over Friday night, and we thought maybe you'd like to come.
But gee, Murr, Fridays night I tape Sunday's News and Review.
Shucks.
Sorry to disappoint you. Good evening, good evening. This is Ted Baxter.
He's never been able to figure out why we always have our parties on Friday nights.
Mary.
Hi again. Yes, sir?
Sit down. Did John say anything to you?
About what?
He asked if I could spare you to help him on some research, and I said okay.
He asked you for me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Huh?
No, sir, I can't.
We seem to have a little misunderstanding here. What I just said was not a request. He's a friend of mine, and he needs some help, and I want you to help him. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then I expect you to help him.
No, sir, it would make things very uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Oh.
Mary, I'm going to say something to you, and I hope you won't take it the wrong way. You're the biggest jerk I ever met.
How could I possibly take that the wrong way?
You're a big girl, over 21 and then some. Don't you know enough not to affiliate with charmers like John Corcoran?
I didn't affiliate with him. We had lunch, just one lunch.
I've seen him mess up 3 or 4 women's lives during a coffee break. You keep away from him.
That's what I'm trying to do, but you're making it very hard for me. I have to share a desk with him. Now you want me to...
All right. It's my fault. But how did I know you'd see anything in him? I don't know what anyone sees in anybody. But I do. I like John. He's what you call a man's man. But that can be bad news if you're a lady.
You mean like his wife?
He separated again?
Again?
John and his wife had more reunions than the Whiffenpoofs. Well, listen, maybe he's being straight with you. One of these separations has to stick.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Grant, but it really has nothing to do with me.
Good girl. Not that he's a bad guy. When I think of the times I've sat on a bar stool and sopped up his stories. Oh, there was this girl in Chicago. If he so much as comes near you, you let me know.
Again.
Mary, it's disaster time.
What?
They're preempting Sunday's News and Review for that Washington press conference.
The president?
No, the Attorney General's wife. And that means Ted can come to my dinner party.
Murray.
Maybe he'll get lost. Mary, did Lou talk to you about...
Oh, about my working for you?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but he decided that I have too much to do, so sorry.
Okay. I'll see you Friday night, though.
Well, John, I'm going to be busy Friday night. I really am. I'm going to Murray's house.
So am I.
Mary, would you care for a minute?
No, thank you.
That's good wine.
You're drinking scotch.
It's my favorite kind of wine.
We were so sorry that your wife couldn't come.
Yeah, I know. Well, we sort of have a kind of a deal. She doesn't drag me to any of the dumb things she gets invited to, and I don't. I think I'll have some more of that Scotch wine.
Ted, it's so nice seeing you outside of the office for a change.
Yes, well, some celebrities don't like to socialize with their coworkers, but I feel it's good for morale.
Oh.
You're not talking to me.
Well, certainly I'm talking to you. Of course I am.
Marie, the chop suey was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of things Oriental, when I was on assignment in the Far East last year, I found the natives very friendly. And our boys delighted to be there.
Did you? That's because it was in Hawaii.
You don't have to go to Vietnam to get a big story.
That's right. Ted came back with a terrific piece on surfing.
Thanks, Lou.
Well, I think Ted had the right idea. All last year, I had the feeling I was in the wrong place. Not now, though.
Marie, I just love what you've done with the house.
Oh, thank you. Murray, honey, why I get the coffee. Why don't you show everybody who wants to see it the rest of the place?
Love to.
Anybody else want to take the tour? Please.
Well, I've already seen the house, of course. So, John, why don't you take the tour?
No, thanks. Not right now.
Follow me.
You know, I see this girl all day long, and all we ever talk about is business. So for a change, I'd like to talk to her about something else.
And there are so many things to talk about.
There sure are. Did you get those books out of research that I had you?
Sir, I did.
That's business, isn't it?
But then what's wrong with talking about business?
I think I'll go join the tour. I'll see you soon.
Don't miss the master bathroom. It's the highlight.
Mr. Grant, thanks.
For what?
For what you did. I appreciate it. But, Mr. Grant, don't do it again, okay?
It's tough to say you're welcome after a thank you like that.
Well, it's just that I've got to figure out how to handle this myself. I just wish he'd stop coming on like this in front of everybody.
Maybe I can figure out a subtle way of getting him under a cold shower.
I think so far, you and I, though, are probably the only ones who are aware of what's going on.
And this is the family room. The tour is over.
Oh, this is nice.
We were here before, Ted.
Well, it's still nice.
Game time!
Games?
Sure, games. What's a party without a few games? You know, charades, association.
Oh, I thought you were going to have us all get in sacks and hop across the room.
Hey, does anybody have any new games?
How about the truth game?
You know what's always fun? Continuation. I think that's what it's called. You must have played it, where somebody says a word, and then the person next to them has to use a word beginning with the last letter of your word.
Sounds great.
Well, no, it really is. Like, well, if you said boy, then Ted would say yellow, because yellow begins with Y.
Well, do we just keep on doing this, or does the game have an end?
No, it ends. It ends when someone's stumped.
Well, let's try it anyway.
I'll begin.
Box. Well, let me see if I understand this. I have to say a word that begins with the last letter of your word.
X.
X.
Game's over.
John, what was that truth game you mentioned?
It's very simple. We each make a statement about ourselves. Then it's up to everybody else to guess if that statement is true or false. And the whole point is to make your statement intriguing. That way you get an idea of what people think about you. Remember, the whole point is to say something provocative. Let me try one. I think I'm in love with a person in this room.
True.
A person in this room. Now we'll have to spend the whole night figuring out.
It's your turn, Mary.
Mine? Okay. All right, my turn. I think that there is a person in this room who uses the word love like other people use the word hello.
False.
True.
I didn't know this game could have ties.
Let me try another. I'm seriously thinking of getting a divorce.
Oh, John, no, you're not.
Would you believe it? I'm usually good at this game.
Boy, did she wipe you out pretty good. Come on, wait, say we go back to the lucky 7-Eleven, and this time we'll really get some sake.
You want to come, Mary?
No, thank you.
You're incredible. You never give up. You'll be pitching when they're nailing the box closed on you.
Marie Murray, thank you very much.
Enjoyed the function. Thanks a lot.
Hey, wait a minute. The game. It's my turn. Extra.
I was just coming in and saw your light. How was Murray's party?
Well, it turned into a sort of farewell party.
Oh, yeah? For who?
John and me.
You mean no more stamps? Oh, Mary, our partnership is just bombed. It'll take us a year to get an electric blender now.
Well, I think I have a plan. Why don't we split the books? You take 6, I'll take 6. We'll each get what we want.
Great.
I'm going to get the baseball mitt.
What?
For my nephew's birthday.
Oh. Hey, I'm going to get one of these.
For the barbecue?
No, the guy in the chef's hat standing behind it.
Unless you'd rather have something else.
No, coffee's fine, thanks. You're being so nice about this, considering I just rammed into the back of your car.
Oh, well, listen, don't worry about it. It was just a little dent. Fine. Look, you can hardly see it from up here.
Well, I can still see it. Maybe if we went up on the roof,
Listen, the whole thing was partly my fault, too, probably. I mean, if I'd been looking in the rearview mirror, I would have seen you coming and taken off faster.
Mary, would it be all right with you if you got your car fixed and just gave me the bill?
Well, yeah, but don't you want your insurance company to pay it?
Oh, I'd love them to. But I had a claim a few months ago, and right after that, they raised my rates again.
Oh, would you... somebody else?
I'm afraid so. I seem to have this habit of fastening my seatbelt while I'm driving. like just a few minutes ago, I was reaching to fasten it, and I just looked down for a second, and then I looked up, and there you were.
That may be a first in automotive history. You know that? An accident caused by seatbelts?
Hey, you have really done fantastic things with this apartment.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you a decorator?
No, I work in the newsroom at WJM-TV.
Oh, what do you do there?
I'm an associate producer of the news.
What does an associate producer do, anyway?
Well, it involves, a lot of associating.
Mary, do you know what happened to your car? It's terrible. Some idiot rear-ended you, right?
Rhoda, it wasn't some, it was actually, Joanne Forbes. This is Rhoda Morgenstern.
You mean she's the,
Uh-huh. What's so funny?
Nothing. I just thought if I started laughing, you two might join in.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, would you like some coffee?
No, thanks, Mary.
You know what? You two have a lot in common. Rhoda's in charge of window decorating at Hempel's department store, and Joanne here is a buyer for Nobles Wilson.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good store. I saw a scarf there I really wanted to buy, but I figured I looked pretty weird walking around naked in this great-looking scarf. Listen, I always check out your window displays, and they're always really terrific. Not like ours. Of course, on the budget they give me, I have to do mine with crepe paper and balloons.
Rhoda, will you stop putting yourself down? Your windows are great, too.
Well, not really. Mary, I know you're an animal lover, but this is ridiculous. The Gopher magazine?
That's my alumni magazine, University of Minnesota.
Oh, did you go there?
Yeah, just for 2 years.
What house were you in?
House? Oh, you mean sorority house. Oh, I was at Gamma Gamma Delta. Oh, gee, that sounds funny to say after all these years. Gamma Gamma Delta.
Isn't that the wildest coincidence? I was a GGD at Northwestern.
You're kidding.
No. I was in the Sharkettes.
The what?
The Sharkettes. The ladies' auxiliary to my neighborhood gang. Listen, when you were pinned by a shark, that meant to the wall. Well, I'll let you two sorority sisters alone for now. I guess you want to munch grape leaves and chat some Greek. Right?
Oh, come on. You don't have to go.
Yeah, I do, Mayor. I got this letter I have to write. My mother sent me a photostat of an airline ticket and told me she'd use it if she doesn't hear from me. Nice meeting you, Joanne.
You too.
Hey, listen, Mayor, if I ever finish this letter to my mother, you want to play some tennis?
Yeah, terrific.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you later.
Hey, you play tennis.
No.
But she just said...
Well, Rhoda and I just climb the fence of the high school and sort of bat the ball around, but I'm really awful.
Oh, we sound perfectly matched. Would you like to play tomorrow?
Well, okay. All right. But I gotta warn you, Rhoda and I have been sort of making up our own rules as we go along.
Oh, like what?
Well, for one thing, we don't play with a net.
Then we'll play tomorrow.
All right. Unless I wake up with whiplash. Kidding.
Mary! Mary! Lou Grant. She's not here right now. Joanne? All right, I'll tell her you called. Hold on a second. Okay, shoot. 555-4200. Extension 2413. It's a pleasure. Where have you been?
In the film library, checking on the footage you asked me about. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong. I enjoy being your personal secretary.
I got a call.
No, you didn't get a call. You got 2 calls. 2 personal calls. Somebody named Joanne and somebody named Rhoda. What have you been doing?
Well, I was just, men's room, Lou.
Everybody's got more important things to do around here than work.
What's the matter with him?
Oh, come on, Murray. You should know by now that hollering is just his way of showing affection.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't like us more or he'd tear us apart.
Extension 2413, please.
You calling one of your friends?
Mr. Grant, I haven't taken my coffee break yet.
When I started in news, nobody took a coffee break. We didn't stop working to drink coffee. We drank coffee while we worked. We were newsmen. We were proud. We wore our hats in the office.
Mr. Grant, would you like me to start wearing a hat in the office? Joanne Forks, please.
You know why we wore our hats in the office?
Because it was a good place to keep your press cards?
Because when that phone rang, we had to go fast. We didn't have time to put on our hats. You people...
Hello, Joanne. Hi, it's Mary. Oh, when you called? That was my boss. Yeah, I guess you could say he's kind of cute. Lunch today? Yeah, great. All right, fine. I'll meet you there at, 12:30? Terrific. See you then. Bye-bye.
Say, Mary, you know what Lou wanted to see me about?
Oh, yeah, probably about the way you've been using the copying machine.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about that. What's wrong with that darn machine anyway?
Well, nothing that I know of.
Well, I thought I'd save some money, so I took one of my fan pictures and ran off 50 copies. Didn't come out too good.
But, Ted, you can't use that machine to copy a photograph.
You telling me?
Let's see, Ted. Oh. Why didn't you put your face in the machine?
I tried that, but my nose came out squashed flat. Now, these aren't much good.
Are you going to throw those away?
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, Ted, before you do, may I have one of your pictures?
Well, sure. Kind of surprised you want one, though.
Thanks, Ted.
Rhoda Morgenstern, please. Hi, Rhoda. Mary. Lunch today? Gee, I can't. I've already got something for lunch. No, I'm not going out with the guys. No, it's not a date thing. It's just a lunch thing. Listen, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.
That was fast.
What happened?
He's docking me for the copying machine costs. Well, you'll just have to pass the charges on to your loyal public.
Hey, that's a good idea, Murr.
I get the kids to pay for it. They could color them in.
Thanks, Murr.
Well, would you like a Diet Cola? No, I'd like a chocolate milkshake.
Uh-huh.
But I'll have a Diet Cola.
Yeah.
Hey, that last shot you made down the right sideline really surprised me.
Yeah? Kind of surprised me, too. I was aiming for the left sideline.
Listen, maybe it's your racket, Mary. You ought to get one of these metal ones.
Yeah, I'd like to, but I don't think I can afford it.
Hey, one of the guys I date is the pro at the club. This racket usually sells for $30. He let me have it for $25, so I saved $5.
On the other hand, I could save $25 if I keep my old wooden one. Anyway, it's sort of a family heirloom. My grandmother used to beat rugs with it. Did you notice my car when you parked?
Yeah, it looks terrific. You can never tell where I hit you.
Yeah. Only thing that's left is the bill, $110.
But that little scratch?
Well, it was sort of a deep little scratch.
Oh, well, listen, Mary, remind me to give you a check for it.
Yeah, I will. No hurry, though.
Hi. Do you have any old blanket I could borrow?
Come on in.
Lars and I are taking Bess on a picnic. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had company.
Joanne Forbes, this is Phyllis Lindstrom.
Happy to meet you.
Joanne, the buyer.
That's right.
Oh, I know all about you. Oh, it must be fascinating traveling all over the world, buying clothes in all those exotic places.
Well, the most exotic place I go to is the Garment District in New York.
It must be fascinating traveling to the Garment District in New York. Oh, who won the tennis match?
Oh, Joanne did. No contest. 2 sets in a row.
Isn't she a wonderful sport? Mary, you're a wonderful sport. I've beaten her in almost every game we've ever played, and she never loses her temper. She's a wonderful loser. Mary, you're such a good loser.
That's because I've had so much practice.
Well, where'd you play? The school?
No, we went to the Lakefront Tennis Club. Well, I'll see if I can find that old blanket for you.
You belong to the Lakefront Tennis Club?
Well, actually, my ex-husband belonged. I got his membership as part of the settlement. Oh. Well, maybe you've seen him, Mary. He plays down at the high school now all the time.
Oh, yeah? Is he sort of tall, sandy hair, great looking?
That's him.
Yeah, I see him there all the time. Boy, he sure plays a lot.
Mm-hmm. He played even more when we were married. Then one day, when he was out playing, I found his racket at home.
I keep telling Lars we should join a club like that. It would be so nice for Beth. That's our daughter. And it would give us a chance to meet some interesting people. So many of our friends seem to be dermatologists.
Well, why don't you come over sometime? We'll play doubles.
Oh, I'd love to. How thoughtful.
Here's your blanket.
Thank you, Mary. Mary? Lars and I can't use our tickets to the symphony this afternoon, and I was going to give them to you and Rhoda, but, this is much better.
Well, would you like to go?
Oh, that sounds like fun. I haven't been to the symphony since... You want a confession? I've never been to the symphony.
Well, what do you say we try it, then?
Great. I'll go shower, change, and I'll be back at 2, okay?
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I hope I see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, Mary, she's a lovely girl. The two of you just look as if you should be friends, not like, you know, you and that. Hiya.
Mary, what is that you're wearing? You look like a cheerleader for a school of nursing.
It is a tennis outfit that I bought.
There's nothing wrong with dressing correctly, Rhoda.
You think I don't know that? I dressed up just to come down here.
Changing your sweat socks isn't dressing up.
Mia, didn't you feel a little self-conscious climbing over the schoolyard fence looking like Princess Grace?
Oh, well, we didn't play at the school.
Oh.
Joanne took her to the tennis club.
The tennis club. I bet when you climb the fence there, they have people to give you a boost. Listen, hurry up and change. We gotta go look for my new tires. What?
Oh, Rhoda, I can't go.
What do you mean you can't go?
What she's saying is, she can't go.
Thank you, Eric Severide, for that analysis of what she just said.
Well, Rhoda, the tire thing wasn't definite.
Oh, that's okay, Maeve. If you got something better to do, just say so.
Well, no, it's not a question of better or worse.
Yes, it is. A date is definitely better than browsing through used tire lots.
So is going to the symphony.
Oh, the symphony?
Rhoda, look, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about the tire thing, and Phyllis did have these tickets to the symphony, so, Joanne and I are going.
Oh. Joanne, huh? Well, that's great. You can wear your tennis outfit and jump over the orchestra pit to congratulate the conductor.
Rhoda, you don't have to be sarcastic.
I just wish you'd told me that you were such a classical music fan,
I'm
Mary.
not.
Because I would have promised to hum Beethoven to you as we schlepped among the recaps. I heard that.
Rhoda Morgenstern, please. Hello, Rhoda? It's Mary, and don't hang up. Well, I don't know. I just thought maybe you wouldn't want to talk to me. Hey, listen, Rhoda, you and I have been friends for too long to be mad at each other over something silly. Oh, good. I'm glad you feel that way, too. With lunch today? Which, yeah, I'd love to, really, but I can't. Mr. Grant's expecting a man in from Washington, and since he's not going to be here, he asked me if I would stay and sort of show him around. No, it is not Henry Kissinger. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, Mary.
Joanne! Well, come on in. What are you doing here?
Well, I just thought I'd drop in, see if you want to have lunch at the club. They're having a tournament we can watch while we're eating. If you don't mind picking a tennis ball out of your soup occasionally.
Oh, that sounds like fun, but I can't. I've got to stay here.
Oh, that's too bad. A lot of great-looking guys have lunch there.
Oh, you talking about Antonio's? You're right. I just had lunch there.
Well, no, Ted, we're talking about a tennis club.
Oh, I must go there sometime. Hi there, Ted Baxter.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joanne Forbes. This is indeed Ted Baxter.
Hi.
Am I mistaken, or did I see a crazy little magical thing happen when we made eye contact there?
Well, I don't know. Did it?
Oh, I thought I saw a sudden glint in your eye there.
Well, that's probably because I wear contact lenses.
Oh. Well, you ever watch my show? I'm the anchorman on the 6 o'clock news, you know.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm never home in time to watch at 6.
Oh. Well, you could see some of my tapes. I could take you down to the technical place, and we could see them through the thing.
Well, I'd really like that, but I've got to get going soon.
Okay, then I'll watch them myself.
Hurry that guy from Washington get here yet?
Oh, no, Mr. Grant.
Oh, Lou, not enough people are watching me at 6 o'clock. Maybe I should be on later.
Good idea. How about a half hour after the Star-Spangled Banner?
I'll be down at the technical place, Mayor.
Oh, they just raised property taxes again. Boy, is Ted ever going to give a blistering editorial on this tonight.
Why should Ted care? He rents an apartment.
But I own a house.
This must be such a fun place to work. Everything you're involved in is so important.
Mary, my ice bucket's empty.
Oh, well, the freezer is broken again, Mr. Grant. They're sending some ice over from the liquor store.
Well, they'd better hurry. Since I got back early, I can take care of that guy from Washington, so you can go to lunch if you want.
Yes, sir.
Does she work here?
No.
Then she can go to lunch, too.
Now you have to come with me.
Okay, that's fine with me. Murray, I will be back club. Hey, did you hear me?
Lunch, Joanne, club, enjoy.
You have your car here? Yeah. Oh, listen, by the way, the second bill from the body shop came today.
Oh, yeah, remind me to give you a check for it.
Newsroom, Slaughter. Oh, hi, Rhoda. No, she just left for lunch with a friend. Joanne something. Do you want me to take a message? I can't give her that message.
Hi, all set.
Great, but we got a slight problem.
Oh, what's the matter?
Well, the fourth girl who was supposed to play with us today canceled out, and it's a little hard to play doubles with 3 people.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I play on the side of the best player and be your handicap?
Well, it's more fun with a fourth player, and since Sally's out in the car, I was thinking...
Oh, listen, as long as you mention the subject of cars.
Oh, right. I got my checkbook right here. Just remind me. Well, anyway, I thought your friend, what's her name, might like to play with us.
Oh, Rhoda.
No, the other one.
Phyllis?
Phyllis.
Well, Phyllis and her husband are away for the weekend, but, gee, I think Rhoda would love to play with us. I'll call her.
Well, Mary, does she play well enough to keep up with us?
She plays about the same as I do.
Oh, yes, but Mary, you've been playing a lot lately. You've really improved.
Hey, have I?
Yes, you're much better. Look, maybe we can find a fourth at the club.
Yeah, but I tell you, Rhoda is just, she's like a natural athlete. She'll make a great fourth.
Well, okay, then. Mary, does she have the right clothes to wear? I mean, I wouldn't want her to feel out of place if she didn't have the right clothes.
Well, I think she can probably find... Hey, Joanne, why don't you want Rhoda to play with us?
Well, oh, it's not that I don't want her to play. It's just that some of the people at the club aren't as, well, liberal as you and I are.
Liberal? You mean because she's Jewish?
Oh, listen, Mary, it's not me. It's just the rule. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd let Jewish people in.
Oh, good. Oh, Joanne, I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. Because I would hate to think that you have anything against me.
Why would I?
Well, I'm Jewish. Listen, I thought you knew that. Yeah. When you think of all the times you took me to that club and nobody knew.
Oh, come on. You're putting me on, aren't you?
Oh, no. Listen, would I kid about something like that?
But you don't look...
Don't what?
Act. Well, I mean, you have to admit
Joanne, I'm not Jewish.
I knew that. Didn't you think I knew that?
No, I don't think you knew that. I think for a minute there, you weren't sure, and it made a difference.
Well, it did not. Oh, come on, Mary. Let's play tennis.
No, listen, you go ahead and play singles with Sally.
Well, okay, if you don't want to. Well, I better get going. Sally's down in the car waiting.
Oh, listen, speaking of cars, you asked me to remind you about the check for mine.
Oh, yes, Mary, be sure and remind me.
I am reminding you.
You mean now?
Please.
Okay, sure. That was 105, right?
10.
10. Look, Mary, I know you think I'm a bigot, but I'm not, really. It's just that I've always kind of traveled in my own circle of friends, and I just never had a chance to know any Jewish people very well.
Even in the garment center?
I meant socially.
Well, if you ever feel you want to know one better, boy, I know a real good one.
Oh, fine. Let's do that sometime.
But not now.
Well, no, not now, see, because I've really got to go. I tell you what, we'll have lunch one day soon. You, me, and Rhoda, okay? Bye.
Whoever that is should not needs work. But come on in anyway.
Hi.
How are you? Play tennis?
No, I was, just, wondering if you were doing anything.
Just writing my mother.
Again?
Still. I've been working on this letter for over a week now. You want to hear what I got so far?
Yeah.
Dear Mom.
That's it?
I thought it was a pretty good start.
Well, listen, if you ever finish that letter, would you like to see a movie or something?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Anything in particular that you want to see?
No. Any movie you want to see is fine with me.
Rhoda, aren't you going to say anything at all about what happened between us?
It crossed my mind.
So why don't you?
I decided it would bug you more if I didn't.
Right.